Hey, what's up, folks? It is I, Vexed Viewer, returning to YouTube again. I posted a stream last week after my last stream, but that did not happen. Wait a minute. Never mind. I streamed yesterday, right? 2 days ago? Yesterday? I don't remember. I'm lost. No matter when the last time I streamed. Hey, what's up, folks? Hope all is well. We're going to be doing something I should have done a long time ago, something that folks have been asking me to do for a while, which I never did for whatever reason. Now that I'm on that, now that I say that, this is what I want to do. There's a lot of videos like this that I've never done for RWBY or for whatever else I've never done before, right? That I was supposed to do, people asked me to do, I never got around to it. Whatever that is, do me a favor. Now or at the end of the video, at the end of the stream, leave a comment saying what next stream or video you want me to do. It could be RWBY related or it could be something else. Something that I should have done a long time ago, but I never did it. Like something like this. I should have done this ranking for characters a while ago. I don't know why it never happened. I feel like a lot of stuff like that I've never done before on the channel that I probably need to do. So do me a favor, after the stream, leave a comment of what that is, or what video or stream or whatever. And whatever has the most upticks or up likes or whatever the hell they call on YouTube, what do they call YouTube's? Likes or thumbs ups, whatever it is, I will do that. Because I feel like there's a lot of stuff that I have not done yet. For whatever reason, I don't know why it didn't happen. It just didn't happen. But RWBY is not dead, apparently. RWBY is alive and well, apparently. We don't know when volume 10 is coming. So I thought, you know what? Somebody actually messaged me on Twitter and said about tears. And I'm like, oh yeah, I haven't done videos like that before. Why not? Why not do that? So this is what we're doing today. I'm going to be ranking. Now, someone asks, are you going to be doing it based on power scaling or what's the criteria here? I'm just ranking these characters based off of how well they're written. We'll see how that goes because honestly, I'm having a hard time remembering stuff. You guys remember everything that happened in the show? I need you guys' help on this video, okay, in this stream, because I don't remember a lot of stuff. Okay, I've been jogging my mind. It's been coming back. The more I think about it, the more stuff come back. But I don't remember everything, especially those minute, small characters. I don't remember certain stuff, but we'll see. Okay, we're gonna dive in. What's up, folks? Hope all is well. I'm looking over this. If you watch, okay, before we start, if you're watching this on replay, do me a favor, leave a comment, like I said before, or talk about what we talked about in the stream. Maybe you disagree with me. Maybe you think I'm crazy or I'm an idiot based on my ranking. Leave a comment, like the video, subscribe, let me know your thoughts in the comments. If you're in the stream right now, hey, what's up? You remember stuff? I'm happy you guys remember because I'm gonna need you guys' help because I'm not sure I do. S rank, Salem, Penny, and Nia. Yeah, sure. Right at the top, right to the top. I'm gonna be talking kind of like off the cuff, kind of randomly. If you guys want to like immediately shut me up or get my attention, leave a super chat. I will read any and all super chats. So you can do that if you want to immediately get my attention. All right, let's go ahead and start this because this might be a long damn stream for all I know. And yeah, this could be long. So let me just stop talking and let's get to it. Let's see, how are we going to show this? Let's do this. I can do this or I can do this. Let's see. I'll do this for now and I'll switch it back to this when I need to. All right, so we're ranking these characters based on how well they're written. Obviously, this is a subjective, it's my opinion, and I'll let you guys dictate how I like. This is it's a fluid list. It's fluid. So I can put a character somewhere and I can change it at any time. You guys will have input. I'll actually do some polls if I'm stuck on something. Let you guys decide. Maybe I'll be completely wrong. Maybe I think somebody is a C and I'll do a poll and you guys will say it's an A or F. Oh, I know, okay. Actually, there's no F on this thing. It's the S tier model. So just go to A, B, C, D, E, which is fine. So we'll see how it goes. Now, honestly, chances are, how do we want to do this? Okay, so if you guys know my channel, you know me by now. I'm not that big of, I'm not that high on a lot of these characters, okay? Which means most of these characters are probably on the bottom tiers, or the bottom shelves, how you want to call it. Yeah, the bottom tiers, right? We have to do something here. I'm gonna do something here. I'm gonna see if it makes sense. Okay, so we're going to scale these characters up. What do I mean by that? Okay, let's use Weiss for example. Weiss is probably one of the better written characters in the show. That being said, if Weiss was in a different show, maybe a better written show, she'd be lower. I judge her more appropriately. For example, what we know about Weiss. Let's start with Weiss. No, let's just start with Weiss, okay? We're gonna start with Weiss, and then I'll explain it as I go. All right, let's start with Weiss. Where do we want to put Weiss? I asked the chat, where should Weiss go? And but we'll figure it out here. You understand what I'm saying here when it comes to scaling in a second. But where would Weiss go for you? You had a guess from S, A, B, C, D, E. Where does Weiss go? I wonder what you guys think about Weiss. Go ahead and answer that question in the chat if you could, please. Where would Weiss go? Well, let's talk about Weiss. Weiss is probably one of the better written characters in the show. Why? She had somewhere to go. She had somewhere to go, and by that I mean she started from a place where folks thought she was a bitch. She thought she was mean and nasty. And because we know storytelling, we know that she's in a group, therefore there'll be growth, therefore there'll be character development. So that character had a chance to grow and she had somewhere to go that was natural and it made sense and that was going to always pay off depending on how well the character was written. But she actually had a chance to develop. And because of that, she got better writing than other folks. The character ultimately, there were some issues that with her, like some dumb moments, but all these characters have dumb moments, right? The problem with Weiss later on was what happened in the later volumes. They went to Mantle, they went to Atlas. You would think that character would have some time to shine, but in fact, that didn't happen for some reason. I don't know why. You would think that character would be more at the forefront. She'd have more to do, more to say. The example I use is Robin Hill was competing against her father, right? And Weiss and Robin Hill did not have a single conversation the entire Atlas arc. I'll say that again. Weiss and Robin Hill did not have a single conversation the entire Atlas arc. Robin Hill is running against her father, and these writers didn't think it was appropriate or compelling to have those two talk. So that's what I'm talking about when it comes to how underwritten Weiss was later on. It just didn't make sense, okay? Thank you, Toby. It just didn't make sense. Yo, dude, what's up? What do you think about Weiss? I'm talking about Weiss right now. Thank you for Super Chat. My issue with Weiss is that they didn't really pay off her being in her home location. It was not handled well. Now, in a better written show, like for example, in a show like Avatar: Last Airbender, Weiss would probably be like a C or a C minus in my opinion. Like she's one of the best written characters in the show, but she's not that well written at all. She'd be like maybe a 6C, C or a C minus, somewhere in the C, right? That's probably where I put her. But for the sake of this stream, I'm going to put her maybe as an A. See what I'm saying? I'm going to scale these characters up. Therefore, I have some room, right? Because if I don't do that, you're going to have a situation where none of this is used. You have a bunch of C's and D's, all right? So I'm going to scale the characters up. I'm using the RWBY scale. Does that make sense? I'm using the RWBY scale. Matter of fact, let me look at what you guys had to say. B, B, A, B, A, B, B, S, A, B, B, B. So you guys like Weiss anyway, right? So in my opinion, Weiss would probably be a C in a good show, in a well-written show, right? Avatar: Last Airbender, Castlevania, a good written show, she's probably like a C. But RWBY scale, she's an A. Does that make sense? That's what we're doing. I'm trying to scale it up so we have some room. All right? Hopefully that makes sense. All right. Now this is fluid, so I can change this, all right? I can change it. In fact, let me do a quick run of the poll real quick, just for funsies. Even though I already read what you guys had to say, let me just do a quick one just because. Start a poll. Matter of fact, we'll do it with the next one. Based on where I have her now as an A, where would you put a lot of people to choose from? Oh, full disclosure. Some of these people, I'm not going to move at all. I'm going to leave them down there. because they're not really characters. They're just like regular folk, like background characters or one cameo here and there. It's not worth even talking about. So some of these people I'm not going to actually move, okay? But for the sake of argument, let's rank Crow, okay? Where would you put Crow? This is an interesting trial here. Where would you put Crow? I'm gonna give you what? A, I guess. B. C. D. Can't add anything else. So let's assume those are answers. Okay. Start poll. Let's see how well this works. In terms of writing, now I'm not talking about your personal enjoyment or, well, it's kind of hard not to talk about. Never mind. Forget that. Forget what I said about personal enjoyment. In terms of writing, I'm talking about his cool factor or his power scaling or anything like that. In terms of how he was written and how he was handled, where would you put Uncle Crow? If White's is A, where would you put Crow? Let's talk about White. Let's talk about Crow real quick. Crow was a cool character, right? Came in at the cool uncle in Volume 3. That was all well and good. He came in Volume 4 to save the day. Remember when he came to save them from Tyrion? The issue I have with Crow is that they overexposed him. Crow would have been the perfect character to come in, pop in and out, to be cool and go away. They overexposed him to the point where he was following Team Ruby around. He was part of the crew. He was deferring to his niece. Ruby Rose was calling the shots, and Crow was kind of like in the background, like listening to whatever Ruby had to say. Ruby yelled at him. It was just a weird thing. Like, it would have been smarter to have Crow away from the group, have him come in every once in a while, be cool and badass. That way, folks would be excited to see him. Do you remember how excited folks were when they saw him pop up in Volume 4? Oh my God, it's Crow. Crow is here. Yada, 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 right? They could have been that all the time, but it kept him on TV so much, they overexposed him to the point where he was following them around and Ruby was calling the shots. It was a weird dynamic. I mean, they're going to go talk to Ironwood in Volume 7 and Ruby is leading the way. I'm like, this is weird. He's the pro huntsman, the badass here, and he's like deferring to Ruby. It didn't make sense, okay? So, then we had the whole situation where Crow met up with his buddy, well, we talked to the shippers, his boyfriend, Clover, right? And he actually helps Tyrion fight Clover because reasons. That was so weird. And then he was surprised and shocked when Tyrion killed Clover. That whole fiasco. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that happened with the Crow later on that wasn't very good, okay? They should have kept him away from the TV, off screen a lot. So I'm seeing a lot of C's. For me, unfortunately, it's C or D. Crow started off well, but then it all went downhill. Again, this list is fluid, so it changes. It's fluid, right? We can change it anytime. For now, I'm gonna put Crow as a C, and then we can adjust that later on. Okay. I agree with the poll. Okay. Again, if you're coming in here late, we are scaling. We're working on a RWBY scale. Okay. Weiss would probably be a C in a good show, but I have her as an A to give us some room to work with. Okay. There's a RWBY scale. The RWBY scale. Yeah. Crow in Volume 7-8 was tripping. Yes, he was. Okay. Yes, he was. All right. Yeah, it took around too long. I agree. Crow got Clover killed. Yes, he did. He actively helped the murderer kill his beloved, right? And he had the nerve to say, "I'll kill you." Yeah, we only talk. This is like, we've been going for 60 minutes. I've done 2 characters. Look at this freaking list down here. Yeah, some of these I'm gonna ignore. All right, let's move on. Let's move on. Let's do, I don't want to go for the obvious, like Ruby, Blake, and Yang yet. Let's do, and some of these I'm gonna completely ignore. So I didn't put this together, by the way. So this was already up on the tier thing. I just grabbed it. So hopefully it works. Let's do Maria Calavera, because why not? It's our face. Let's do Maria Calavera. Maria was a decent character in terms of her presentation and her, her vibe or her attitude, her personality. The issue I had with Maria Calavera is that she was created to deliver the exposition, and that's pretty much it. There was no thought beyond that. She was there to deliver the Silver Eyes exposition. They wanted Volume 6 to be the time where Ruby Rose talked about her Silver Eyes. Therefore, they needed a character to teach her. Therefore, she was created, and there was no actual thought process beyond that. Her introduction was weird. It didn't make any sense. I did a video on that, right? Yep, I did a video called I forgot what I called it, but I talked about Maria Calavera and her character and how she just created for the exposition. They should have utilized her a different way. By that I mean they could have utilized her because she's one of the greatest huntsmen ever, right? One of the greatest huntsmen ever, or huntresses ever, right? They could have had her teach the other women in the group, like maybe give some advice to Yang, give some advice to Blake, we could have some nice moments where she talked to Yang or Weiss, right? They could have used her to teach or coach up or give wisdom to the other characters. Ultimately, she became Ruby's little helper, right? And she was therefore the exposition of the Silver Eyes. So, if that's the case, I'm gonna put Maria Calavera again. It's a fluid list. It's fluid. I'll give her a D, and we'll mess around. We'll see where it goes. C is pretty nice, but wait, if that were more for her to be okay. I see. Maria caused too many problems, gaslighting the women. I thought A was too good for her. Completely forgot about Ruby until I saw my recommendations. Yeah, she's an exposition device. That's what she is. I'm gonna give her the D for now. Again, this is fluid. We can come back to it later on, if I remember. All right, let's move on. Yeah, I'm gonna need some. Like, I'm not gonna, like, for example, see how they got a, what's her face in here? The broadcaster. I'm not gonna rate her. Like, who cares? Or the twins. Let's do Ruby Rose. Screw it. Let me stop delaying it. Ruby Rose, the main character of the show. Ruby Rose is, what do I call her? She is a character. I made an entire video about why she was bad. This is my first video. My first proper video on the channel was Ruby Rose Sucks, right? That was a thing. I did not like her development. I did not like how long it took her to talk about her Silver Eyes. Or up until Volume 6, there's this weird thing where she refused to acknowledge her Silver Eyes. She just refused to do it because the writers were not ready for her to talk about it. But it didn't make sense in the context of the story. So because they weren't ready to discuss it, the character looked dumb. I have no more questions, Osmond. I have no questions at all. I have no question about my Silver Eyes. No questions, Osmond. It made no sense. It was stupid. It was frustrating as a viewer. Ultimately, in Volume 6, she did talk about that, but it wasn't well done. And then she started yelling at her uncle, her depressed uncle she was giving shit to. We don't need no stinking adults. Remember that speech? It wasn't great. Okay, it just wasn't great. She wasn't given a proper development arc. The development that she did get, they said she developed because she said she was angry in Volume 5. Remember that? Are you okay, Ruby? No, I'm angry. That was their explanation for why she developed. This wasn't good. Nothing about this character was good. Now, in Volume 6, they actually gave her some like proper characterization, but that came from nowhere. It wasn't a proper development. It just kind of happened. She's more assertive. She's more of a leader. I was happy to see from the viewer, but there wasn't an actual development there, right? In Volume 8 and 7, she lied to Ironwood, and there was shocked, pretended to be shocked when he was upset about it. Then in volume 9, she got her entire volume for her, like an entire volume just on her character development. And ultimately, even though they did some good things with her anger and her depression and her breaking down, the resolution was lackluster to the point where ultimately volume 9 was kind of filler. In my opinion, you can skip volume 9 and the character will be pretty much the same. Now, to be fair, we don't see what happened in volume 10. They could fix that in volume 10. But what I saw at the end of volume 9, the character was pretty much back to how she was before. Let's go stop Salem, you know. I thought it would have been better for her to take a different approach. Maybe she came back, but she's like, okay, guys, I'm no longer the leader. I got to do this on my own. I can't be a leader anymore. Just some type of difference to make volume 9 stand out as mattering. She was changed from volume 9. This mattered, okay? But from what I see, she's back to where she was before she fell. To go take out Salem, and that's that. I don't think that was worth the time to go to volume 9. So, all that being said, Ruby Rose is probably a C or a D, in my opinion. Where do you want to put Ruby Rose? I'll do a poll. Is Ruby Rose, where should Ruby Rose be ranked? I'm gonna give you guys B, C, D, and E. I don't know if I'm gonna agree with you guys, but I'm gonna give you guys the options to decide, and we'll see where we're at. B, C, except for 5-9, D, C. Remember Ruby Beyond? Yes, I do. Yeah, yeah, she was kind of back to, yeah, I don't remember, I barely remember Ruby Beyond, but she was kind of back to her normal, wasn't she? If anything, John was feeling some effects. John might be a better character than Ruby right now. 64 for D. Well, Ruby, the chat wants you to be a D. She's either a low C or a high D, maybe that range. They did do some good things in volume 9. The problem was I just don't think it mattered. That's a problem. In volume 8, she was kind of frustrating. Ay. We'll see. Again, this list is fluid. It's fluid, so we'll leave it at D for now, and we can change it later on. We'll leave it at high D. It may be here eventually, but we'll leave it at D. All right. That's what we'll do. I can't blame Ruby as a character. I blame the writers' neglect. Yeah, of course, like ultimately these are all avatars with empty, it's all the writers. Everything happening here is writers. Like it's all on the writers. All these characters have potential. All of them do, but you know, the writing is what it is. Yeah, I do think John is better written. In fact, let's just get to John then. John arc. John had some interesting arcs, no pun intended, right? He had a solid arc in he was given something to do in volume 9. Now, I was kind of upset that it looked like they kind of like just reneged on it. But based on RWBY Beyond, it did seem like he was going through some stuff. He's talking to Osmond about it, what he suffered through and his time in the ever after and how that changed him. So to be fair to John, it does look like there'll be some overarching consequences to that, right? That will carry on if it ever happens, but basically, right? John, I think he's better than Ruby. I'm gonna put John as a C for now, and we'll see if we change it. I mean, Weiss is Weiss is an A. We'll put John as a B. Again, this is all on the RWBY scale. If you're late to this, it's a RWBY scale, so this might be a D ultimately, but we're scaling it up. So I'll give him a B for now, and we may put it down to a C later on. I'll ask the chat. Hey, John Arc. What is John Arc? What is John Arc? Oh, that's a Q&A. I did the wrong thing. Oops. But what's that? Oh, I got to end this poll first. You guys wonder who has a D? A D. Okay. Let's start a poll. Where's John? A. No, not A. Who are we kidding? B. No, I'll give you guys option A. A. Is he on the same level as Weiss? A, B, C, D. Poll started. He did have some actual character development, unlike others. He did start off as you know, he cheated his way into the school. He bettered himself. He developed himself. He did have an emotional arc when it comes to Pyrrha. He had stuff. Yes, stuff. Wish all this was like at the tip of my brain, but I feel like it's been so long since I actually dived into some of these characters and the minutia of them. But John, I definitely think he's better than RWBY. That I agree with. Yes, definitely higher than RWBY. 60% say B. Okay, we'll leave it John at B for now. Again, this is on the RWBY scale, so on a different show, it'd probably be a D. All right, let's move on to Raven. Oh boy, almost forgot about her. It's completely. I forgot she was a character in the show till I just saw her face just now. Which was, where is it? Right here. I forgot she was in the show till just now. Raven Bronwyn. Ay, ay, ay. Raven is bad. Okay, she's bad. She's probably worse than Ruby Rose. Not probably, she is. Raven, her character motivations are all over the place. Her her lines are bad. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about Raven, folks. She is Volume 5 was so bad. So bad. She just didn't open her mouth and say what was going on. Every time Yang tried to like get to the meat of the issue, Raven would never actually address it. Like when she said like, "Why'd you leave us?" She never addressed it. She never answered the question. She kept beating around the bush, and then ultimately, she goes to go get the relic in Volume 5, and she forgets that hey, if I get the relic, Salem will be after me. She didn't know that. Then when did she pop back up? Was that it? Was Volume 5 the last time we saw Raven? Question, honest question. Was Volume 5 the last time we saw Raven? I honestly don't know. You left us. Yes, it was. Jeez. The worst volume of RWBY was the volume where she was introduced and she left. Yeah, she is in Vacuo apparently. She's in Vacuo. But yeah, Raven is not good. Let's put Raven. I'm putting Raven as a D. And then we can maybe let's do this. Let me I'm elevating Ruby Rose to C, to bottom C, okay? We'll do that for now. This is where we're at. I'm putting her as a D. I don't think Ruby Rose and Raven should be on the same tier. I do not think that. I don't think that. Maybe she is an E tier, but it's not good. That character doesn't make any sense. Her character motivations are out of whack. She wants a relic to fend off Salem, but she doesn't realize that puts a target on her back. It just wasn't good. It just was not good. We're gonna put her as a D, and we can change it later on if we want. All right. Yeah, she's cool. She was so cool to me when she first popped on the scene in that volume 2 episode on the train tracks. This character is so damn cool. She's gonna be so mysterious. She's so awesome. And it made her into this like whiny, scary loser who like, her character design deserved so much better. It really did. It really, really did. Kind of like Neo. In fact, let's talk about Neo. Oh wait, you guys are saying E for Raven? Okay, I'm gonna do a poll. Should Raven be E or D? D or E? Where should Raven be? That totally rhymed, by the way. D or E, where should Raven be? B. B or E, where should Raven be? It's pretty close. It was that close. 50-50. Uh-oh. D. It's super close. All right, looks like gonna be D, I guess. Or do I veto it? It's so close, I can veto it. In fact, let's leave it, again, this is fluid. The list is fluid. So we'll leave it to D right now. We can change it later, okay? Yang was your favorite. Yang was my favorite until volume 5. Yeah, okay. Yeah, she was, we'll get to Yang. Don't worry, we'll get to Yang. I misspelled Raven, did I really? Raven. Sure did. Because this thing is so small over here. I can't see this freaking, I'm typing it on here, which is dumb. I should type it over here. I'm typing it on this monitor, and this monitor is very small. The text I can't even see. The only thing she did that was okay was being honest to Crow, with the Crow. Or be more honest than Crow. I see what you're saying. All right. Don't call out my bad spelling anymore, Black Wolf, or you're dead to me. Or you're blocked. I'm just kidding. All right, let's move on to the next person, I guess, which would be oh yeah, it's like 51-40, 52-48 on her being D to E. That's crazy. Let's move on to, okay, Neo. Let's do Neo. Everybody's favorite mute. So Neo is all character design, no all character design, no substance. She's a nothing burger for the most part. She's a character that's living off of her cool aesthetic, her fight sequences, and there's overall cuteness. That's what the character is living off of. She has a fan base that is like the weirdest thing ever. I'm sorry to those. I love you guys. I love you Neo stands out there, but it's weird. She doesn't talk. She's got nothing. She's a nothing burger. But folks like to put their own fan fiction forward, their own headcanon to make her interesting. The character is not interesting. I'm sorry. She's a nothing burger. In volume 9, not in volume 9, I think in volume 6, she comes back because that's the time when the writers were panicking. Remember that? After volume 5, it was so bad. They brought back Penny. They brought back Neo. They introduced the Silver Eyes. They were so terrified about how bad the reaction was they over panicked, right? They brought her back in volume 6. She attacks Cinder because she blames Cinder for Torchwick's death. And then after one conversation, Cinder's like, no, it's not my fault. It's Ruby's fault. No, it's Little Red's fault. Oh, okay, I guess I agree with you now. She had 6 to 8 months to figure out that Cinder was at fault. But after one conversation, she's like, oh, I guess you're right. I'll go get Ruby now. It was all forced nonsense. They wanted her on the show. Therefore, they pinned her with Cinder Rose. They even said, I think it was Miles who said they brought her back to make Cinder's arc more interesting. That's a terrible reason to bring a character back. They didn't have a story to tell with Neo whatsoever. It was very, very bad. In volume 8, she was shocked when Cinder turned on her and pushed her off the damn platform to oblivion. She ended up in the Ever After and was still going after Ruby Rose instead of trying to figure out what the hell's going on. Where are we? Where am I? No, I'm gonna go kill Ruby Rose. I got tricked by Cinder, but hey, I'm still gonna go after Ruby Rose. He ended up being he killed Ruby Rose and then literally became a empty vessel because her purpose was over. The more as I talk about this, as I talk about it, that woman is getting into E. I'm sorry. This is real time, folks. We're doing this in real time. This is nonsense. She became a she became an empty vessel after killing Ruby Rose, but like, shouldn't you also want revenge against Cinder Rose? I'll call her Cinder Rose. Shouldn't you also want revenge against Cinder? Shouldn't that be your next purpose? The woman who screwed you? The woman who kicked you off the damn platform? And the damn what do you want to call that thing? That the stupid genie, not genie, but I don't remember the name of the damn blue guy. I'm calling him a genie, whatever. Head to that damn space that it can tunnel people through, and then she get kicked off by Cinder. But wouldn't that be your next goal? I'll kill Ruby Rose, and I'm gonna go kill Cinder. But no, it was over. Her purpose was over, and that allowed for the damn cat to jump inside her body. It was all crap. Then she comes back. She merges with the tree. She is one of the most nothing characters. Now she's a nothing character, but now she's I think she's bad. It's terrible. She's an E. Okay, if she could be lower, I'll put her lower. I mean, I don't know what to tell you guys. It's bad. I'm sorry. I had that came out of nowhere. Yeah, Ambrosius. Yeah. I just remembered her becoming a empty husk. Had no purpose in life. Like, shouldn't you also want revenge against Cinder now? I mean, your whole motivation was to kill Ruby Rose, because the woman who you originally blamed for Torchwick's death said it was Ruby's fault. But that woman who you originally blamed for Torchwick's death then screwed you. So wouldn't that woman be your next target? It's all really, really bad. It's Oh man, I needed that laugh. I needed that. That was a good laugh. Wow. I haven't laughed like that in a minute, I feel like. Yeah, she's bad. I don't know how. I'm trying to understand why even the biggest Neo supporter has to concede that she's a nothing character that makes no sense with no clear-cut character motivation. She is the character that swings with the writers. Whatever the writers need her to do, that's what she does. Like, she's not a character. She's bad. She's an E. It's lucky she's not lower than that. All right, let's move on. That was hilarious. E for Neo. All right. How about Emerald? Now, Emerald is an interesting character, right? Emerald is a character that always had, similar to Weiss, always had that room to grow, right? We all knew at some point Emerald was going to turn babyface, as the wrestling world call it, right? We all knew she was going to turn to the good side eventually. We got that payoff in volume 8. Emerald is not, her execution was not the best. The execution of that was not great. I believe the turning point for Emerald was when, refresh my memory. What was the turning point for Emerald? I believe it was volume 6, maybe? I remember volume 5, she said, Cinder's gonna come back. And when she does, she's gonna take out all of you, right? And she flipped out and went crazy and showed like a Salem, used her powers to show Salem acting all scary like that. And then in volume 7, she finds out that, oh yeah, I remember, she's had a conversation with Mercury. So I don't know if what we're doing is right. And Mercury was like, would you wake up? Cinder doesn't care about you. You don't know what you're talking about, right? But then something else happened, right? Something with Salem? I don't know. I forget what made her switch. Yeah, okay. She loses contact with Cinder. Yeah, okay. That's what happened. In volume 7, right? I remember in volume, sometime in the Atlas arc, he turns. I'm trying to remember why she was even with the. It's freaking blank. I'm having a blank on a freaking Emerald. But yeah, I would say Emerald. She's Emerald's tough. I don't have a definitive answer on where I would put her. She is not the best at all. The execution of the turn was not great at all. But it happened. I feel like I need to think for a second when it comes to Emerald. I think volume 8 was when she actually like got something going, like some type of like some type of dialogue. I'm like going through the episode right now. I'm like going through volume 7, make sure I'm not missing something in volume 7. Maybe it was volume 8. This is probably gonna take too long. Yeah, I'm gonna put her. That's true. I'm blanking on her moments. She probably is not that good. I'm gonna put Emerald as a D. Did you get character development that changed for her ultimately? Was it too long? Was it too did it take too long? Maybe. Would have been better if she had an actual moment with Cinder and that character change happened where she actually confronted Cinder. Would that have been better? Probably. Yeah, it's not the best. I just remember her saying that she changed sides in volume 8. And yeah, that kind of happened. Kind of just happened. I don't think it was very well done. Yeah. That's not that good. Fortunately for Emerald, I'm blanking on her moments. I'm blanking on her character moments, which is not great. Oh yeah, didn't she let out? Didn't I like overhear her like? She walking around the whale, right? She's in the whale. Is she overhearing? Wait, let me hear this real quick. This might be taken down. Let me see. She overheard this conversation.
Answer one more question.
After all that, you're just going to give Salem the password?
Yada 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 yada.
I'm giving you the password.
You guys hear that?
And hoping.
I'm talking so it doesn't actually get me copyrighted. He overheard.
He's a prisoner, Am. He'll say what he thinks will get him out.
Okay, here's a conversation with Mercury.
Going to vacuo. After what I just told you.
Those are Salem's new orders.
Okay.
And I know better than to disobey Salem.
Okay.
Look, even
All right.
if what
She
he
heard
said
about.
was true,
That's what happened.
can't stop Salem.
She heard about Salem's actual plans and she turned. Okay, cool. And Cinder was gone, so it was easy for her. All right, she's a D. I'm gonna give her a D. Or how about this? I'll leave it up to the damn chat. I'll let you guys answer that question. Start a poll. Where is Emerald? Whose character moments I can't really remember, which is kind of telling. E, C. B, C, D, E. I'll let you guys decide it. I'll let you guys decide that one. Completely up to you guys. She was disappointing for the most part. I'll leave it up to you guys to decide where she is. Did I miss Ruby get moved? I moved her to C. I moved her to C because I did not want her on the same level as Raven. Again, this is fluid, so we can change it at any moment, but I moved her down. I moved her up to C. I did. I moved Ruby up a little bit. But she can always go back down at any moment, all right? The fluid list is a fluid list. 62% D for Emerald. I understand. For sure. Raven might need to be E. Maybe. That's fair. Yeah, probably. I'll put her, yeah, okay. Again, this is fluid. I can change it at any moment. Maybe Raven is low D, high E. I'll leave her here for now. But yeah, that can change easily. You may be able to persuade me. You may be able to persuade me at any moment. We'll see. Next, Pura. Why not, Caleb? Why not? Pura. We hardly knew ye. Pura got by Cinder, right? She's one of the few characters that actually had like an impact when she died. She was always destined to die. One of the few characters that actually was supposed to die. She was a character that was brought into the dark arts. That is the reality of the maiden's power and all that stuff. She was dealt a heavy burden, and it was very tragic what happened to her. Very tragic. Now, some of that was hurt by Penny, because Penny was the reason why Hero was guilty because she thought she killed somebody with Penny. But ultimately, Penny was resurrected, which made that very, very, very dumb. That was very unfortunate for Pyrrha's character. Pyrrha made a sacrifice. She went to the top of that tower to take on Cinder, knowing she'd probably die. She's a strong character in that regard. She's not bad. Again, this is on a RWBY scale. I'm going to slide her up to B for now. You can tell me if I'm wrong. Where would you put her? Emerald to D? Okay, fine. Where would you put Pyrrha? Am I going to spell Pyrrha wrong? Probably. Here's a poll. Where does Pyrrha go? Pyrrha, you're not making sense. None of it makes sense. This isn't how things are supposed to happen. A tragic character for sure. She thought she was destined to save the world. Like, it really is tragic. It's a sad story. She thought she was destined to save the world. And she thought she killed Penny. Went to the top of the tower to not only atone for that, but to actually try to do something, because she figured there was no time, so someone had to do something, and it had to be her. and she probably would have beat Cinder if it wasn't for Cinder's maiden power. Not even probably. I'm almost certain that she probably was strong enough to beat Pyrrha. Pyrrha is one of those characters that her upside was ridiculously strong. She was going to be one of the strongest huntsmen and huntresses ever. At that age, she was able to take on Cinder 1v1 and would have beaten her if it wasn't for the maiden power. She would have beaten her. I'm convinced she would have. Super powerful. Her magnetism, or what do you call it? Her basically telekinesis, basically. Super strong. Super strong. Pyrrha is an A. Okay, let's see the poll. A. So she's on par with Weiss, you're saying. So you're saying in the RWBY scale, Pyrrha and Weiss are the same level of writing. Did I ever have anything negative to say about Pyrrha? Did I ever have anything real negative to say about her ever, really? Let's see. I had a lot of stuff to say about Ruby Rose and all these other characters. Did I ever really lay into Pyrrha? I guess not, did I? That says something. I never actually took the time to critique that character. Maybe because there wasn't that much material. Maybe. You know what? Maybe Pyrrha was never actually that, like, I can't remember any real issues I had with her. Tragic character. You know what? I'm convinced. For now, again, this list is fluid. It's fluid. It's a fluid list. But right now, yeah, I'm convinced. You've convinced me. Not problematic. I see 4% says she's a D. But yeah, B or A. We can change that around we want, but I'll give her an A for now, and we can make it a B later on if necessary, if I'm convinced. But yeah, we'll put her up as an A. I can't think of anything. Her death was peak, one of my favorite moments in the show. So yeah, we'll give her that love. Yeah, like some of these characters, honestly, I don't know where I would put them. So you're getting my actual live reaction, like my real time, like decision making. I didn't even think about Pyrrha at all. All today, I didn't think about her one bit. But yeah, A, I guess so. That makes sense. I don't mind her death. Her death had a weight. It was impactful. And it impacted the characters. I don't mind character deaths that are important and have, like, no one forgets that, right? It's one of the lingering moments, one of the top moments in the show. If you experience this show, Pyrrha death is always top 10 for most people. Impact. You loved her. You cared about her. That's why you cried. You felt something for her death. That's strong, solid writing. That is when you can do that. So it worked off. They didn't bring her back. I'm surprised, honestly, knowing these writers. But yeah, we'll give her that respect. Give her an A. Her negative is she liked John. Fair. All right, let's move on. Yeah, the end of Volume 3 is probably still my favorite part of the show, probably. The end of Volume 3. Let's move on. We got a lot of characters here. We've been in it for an hour. Or almost an hour. Let's move on to Cinderfall. Why not? Okay, let's just get right to it. I'm not gonna do any suspense. Cinderfall for me is the worst character in the show. Right? She's the worst character in the show. And it's not really. I mean, Neo is trying to do her best to take that spot, but Cinder's the worst character in the entire show. Where do I even start? Her nonsensical backstory. We finally got her backstory, and it was terrible. Her lack of development. Her best volume was Volume 4, where she couldn't talk. That's a volume where she had the most emotion displayed. She actually emoted. You felt like a real actual person. And then what did they do? When she could talk, they reverted back to the same monotone, smug voice, which made no sense. You had a perfect time to develop the character in Volume 4. That should have carried on through, but they reneged to her previous default, which was very dumb. She's annoying. She just doesn't work. And that backstory, boy, she probably should have been a Faunus. That probably would work better for that backstory, but she's not. She kills the only guy who ever cared about her, she kills him. Why? Because he didn't like that you murdered those girls. She's a sociopath or a psychopath, one or the other. She deserves no sympathy whatsoever. He is a nonsensical, badly written character. Don't believe me? Go watch many of my video. How many videos I have on Cinderfall? One, my second video ever. Two, where she's the sole focus. Three, no, not three. That's not her. I think three. Yep, three. She learned last lesson. Her last lesson she learned in volume 8 was just that I can't do this alone, which is not a new lesson because you knew that before. If you remember in volume 1, 2, and 3, she had Torchwick, she had Mercury, she had Emerald, she had Watts. So what do you mean a final lesson? You can't do this alone. What are you talking about? You already knew that. Are you like regressing, like character regression? You're talking about lessons you learned. I learned this new lesson, folks, a new lesson. The thing I knew before. It's just bad. Really, really bad. Sometimes if you want to win, you can't do it alone. A new lesson that Cinder learned. Is it a new character? Did it kill the Cinder from the first 3 volumes and make a new Cinder? It's really bad. He's the worst character in this show, and it's not going to change anytime soon. Unfortunately, in my opinion, I think at this point you have to pivot to her being the main baddie. I think Cinder has to be the main bad ultimately in the end. Let's say this story continues. Cinder must supplant Salem as the big bad, and the final fight has to be Team RWBY against Cinderfall. Unfortunately, it's the only thing that makes sense at this point based on what they're doing with Salem. Based on Salem's trajectory and what they're doing with her, it makes no sense for her to be the big bad at this point. The big bad must be Cinderfall. She must be the last fight. So what happens is maybe Salem gets the Grim power taken from her. Maybe she becomes reasonable once that happens. Maybe Ruby Rose hits her with her Silver Eyes Blast. Therefore, that removes the Grim stuff from Salem. Then she's more reasonable. Because what happened with Salem is she hated the gods, but she didn't hate everything else. She hated the gods. And she tried to kill herself by jumping into the Grim pit. And that made her want absolute destruction. So if you remove the Grim part of her, then she'll be just a bitch that can't die, but someone that you can actually talk to and be reasoned with, right? I think you have to make her that, put Cinder as the big bad, and have that be the final showdown. But unfortunately, she's the worst character in the show. I mean, she was like generic. You say she was good in volume 1 through 3. Volume 1 through 3, she was a generic villain, a generic mustache twirly villain. Like, we didn't really know why she wanted to do. We didn't know why she was doing what she was doing. We didn't know anything. We just know she was bad, and she was executing her plan to take down Beacon. But we didn't know why she was doing what she was doing. She was a generic villain, which is better than what she is now. She was like a generic, monotone, one-note villain who became like even worse as time went on. She's just really bad. Salem is more interesting. She is. The best villains are villains that can have some type of sympathy, typically. Not always. But sometimes a good villain you can sympathize with, they feel that they're right. Salem is just, she wants to die. She wants to die. She's collecting the relics so she can summon the gods. So the gods can say, well, you guys didn't really do anything good, huh? You guys still didn't fix yourselves. Okay, it's over. She's hoping that the gods will end it all. That is sympathetic. You can feel for her in that regard. She wants death. That's what she wants. Cinder is a sociopath, a psychopath. It's probably a sociopath. She wants power because reasons. They tried to explain that in the backstory. It was not good. It was not clear. She's just a bad written character. There's nothing to sympathize with, there's nothing to like, or there's nothing to even. There's nothing there. She just wants power, and you know, she had a bad upbringing. Like she's born violent. It's just really bad. A villain doesn't have to be sympathetic. I agree with you. It doesn't have to be. That's a route you can go. But Cinder just not interesting. Just isn't interesting. Let's move on to another character. Yeah, I did say not always. Thank you, Right Guy. Let's move on. Wait, what was this for? A plus? Oh yeah, A for Pura. Gotcha. Let's move on to, I don't know. May from Volume 7. She is a character that I actually enjoyed. She stood up to Team RWBY, told them to stop acting like a bunch of babies. She tried to tell them that, hey, at the end of the day, you guys had to make a decision. They were being wishy-washy. They weren't making a decision on what to do next. I had to explain to them that, guys, gotta pick a side. Either go help the people in Mantle, or we stay here, or whatever, but we gotta make a decision. I like her character direction. I like her, I like everything about that character, honestly. She was one of the few people that actually talked to Team RWBY at a time when Team RWBY were acting very, behaving like kids, and they're acting very annoying, in my opinion. She told them what was what. I like that character very much. I'm putting May right up there with Weiss and Pura, honestly. I like May a lot. With the little time that she had, she's a character that makes sense. Her motivation makes sense. She wants to help the people in Mantle. And you're telling Team RWBY, hey, we're the only thing they have. We have to help them. She had a clear direction. She made sense. I like May character in this show. She's going right up there with Weiss and Pura. I feel pretty good about it, to be completely honest with you. C tier, we disagree completely on May. I like that character a lot. I'm trying to find the actual scene, if I can find it real quick. Let's see how fast it takes me to find this. Let's go to. What happened? What scene was that? Was that in episodes? Is that 6? No, that wasn't 6. Was it 7? No, I know it's volume 7, right? Let's see. Might take me too long. But I think May is. I like May a lot. She's cool. There aren't many negatives. Yes, there aren't any negative to her character. There's nothing bad she done. There's nothing bad that I can say she did. I think her character is solid. I've lost my RWBY touch. I can't even find where these scenes took place. It's been so long. What episode? Here's a question. I'll ask you guys. What episode was it where May was talking to Team RWBY and they're waiting around trying to make a decision about what to do? They know what they wanted to do, and May was telling them to get their asses in gear and move. What episode was that? I'm asking those RWBY aficionados. It's a quiz, pop quiz. What episode was it where May were yelling at Team RWBY? What episode was that? Was it 7? In volume 7? I'm pretty sure it was volume 7. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it was volume 7, right? Or maybe it wasn't. Maybe it was volume 8. Did nobody know what volume that was? Maybe it was volume 8. Nobody knows what episode that was. This is a RWBY stream, and nobody can know what episode that was where May yelled. Oh, volume 8. Okay, what episode was that? 7? Episode 7, volume 8? It was volume 8. It was volume 8. So here's that scene.
It's chaos at the crater. Atlas has its army, but Mantle only has us.
That was a good scene, but I like the one later on. Here it is.
Choose.
What about Crow and Robin? Well, maybe if we get them out of wherever they're being held, they could.
No, see, you just don't get it.
You guys just don't get it.
This is not a situation where everyone wins. Now you all can come with me to help in Mantle, or I can drop you off near the front lines if you still want to help Atlas. Your uncle and Robin can't save us. We have to choose.
So choose.
So choose.
Yes, pure. Yes, May is a good character. I appreciate her for that. Telling those annoying kids what's what. All right, I'm gonna put her as an A for now. No, I'm curious. I'll let the chat. I'm gonna veto the chat. I'm gonna let you guys. Where does May go? Where should May go? A, B, B. Just curious. May is an A. Yes, very direct, very assertive. Made sense. No stupid lines. Yelled at them when they're being annoying. So what side are you guys on anyway? I love that character and her. I love what she brought to that scene. And because of that, she can put her foot wrong at any other point in the show. May is a B, solid. B, keep her at A. Oh yeah, I've already put my foot down. It's not. I'm vetoing no matter what. She's an A. All right, let's move on to. All right, let's stop delaying it. Blake Belladonna. Blake Belladonna. There was a point where I thought Blake was the worst character in the show besides Cinderfall. She was a bottom of the barrel. I made a video called Everything's Awful. This is the time where she was slapping her friend John son. She was being, the fauna discrimination storyline was terrible. You know, it was just very bad for Blake Belladonna. Ultimately, when they dropped the fauna discrimination storyline, remember the whole, humans didn't do this. We did it. Faunus. No, you burned your house down, Blake. You burned it down. What are you talking about? Should I put the entire Faunus race on this, blame everybody for the damn fire? Humans didn't do it. We did it. We burned the house down. The gall of this woman, what is going on? Slapping his son, telling him to shut up. It's very, very bad. I don't know what they were thinking about with Blake. From volume 4 to 5, it was very, very bad. And then they decided to make a bit of a switch. Volume 6, she was less annoying. It's because they took away the discrimination storyline. Once they got rid of discrimination, she became less annoying. The problem was she had no real direction or drive. All the fire she used to have, all that passion she had was gone now. And it was replaced with I like Yang, right? And then she didn't have anything beyond that. It became kind of like a background character in Team RWBY once they got away from the fauna discrimination. And then when they experienced fauna discrimination, by they I mean her, White stepped up to defend her, but she was kind of timid and shy about it, which was complete opposite of how she was before. Now, if there was an actual character development that made sense for that, that'd be one thing. but it seemed like a switch just for the sake of switching. It didn't make any sense to me why she was not passionate about discrimination towards her or anyone else. It kind of became Weiss's job to defend her. Writing just wasn't great. Blake Belladonna, he was very bad before, became less annoying, but became a nothing character for the most part beyond I Like Yang. Blake, for me, is bottom D. What say you? E to F tier, she's boring. Humans didn't do this. We did it. Faunus. We did it to ourselves. All right, Jackson, thanks for stopping for the stream. Between C or D, the discrimination arc, if done well, yeah, if done well, it would have been fine. But Blake, I give her at bottom of the D, probably. Sounds about right. Yeah, that's what happened with her. She became a character that was passionate about discrimination, and Faunus writes they were screwing that up. She started slapping her friends and yelling at her friend, and all that was not great. The arc she had with Ilya was not great. The frequent name of the damn, the menagerie arc killed her character. It was complete garbage. She burned down her house. And then she goes to, what's the name of the damn place? Not Mansell. She goes to, I'm blanking on the name of the damn place to go to in Volume 5. Not Menagerie, not Mansell. What's the name of the place? Mistral. Jeez. Mistral. She goes to Mistral and hits her boyfriend, or what's his face, with the double axe handle punch. And after that, it was kind of like, you know, background character once the discrimination stuff was over. She's a D. Yeah, thanks, guys. Yeah, I got it. Mistral. She's a D. She's a D. Remember that double axe handle punch? Right on his head. Right on Adam's head. Crazy. She's a D. All right, let's move on. I've been at this for an hour and 15. I'm done. How many characters have I done in an hour and 15? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Now you say some people are just joining the stream now, like Kayla. Well, Kayla, this list is fluid. It's a fluid list. By that, I mean we can change it at any point. I've been changing it as time goes on. So nothing is set in stone here. I've been changing it. So at any point, I could change something else. Like at one point, Ruby Rose was a D. I moved her up to a C, a bottom C. On May, I moved May. I moved, who did I move? I moved Ruby Rose. I moved Neo. Or Raven. One of these two I moved. Anyway. Next, Sun. Sure, why not? Sun is a fun-loving monkey man that was brought in for some comedy, ultimately fell in love with Blake, ultimately was got abused by Blake a couple times. He is someone that was gone from the show after Volume 6. At the beginning of Volume 6, he went away to take his buddies to Vacuo. He stalked Blake like a creep. He did care about Blake. He didn't deserve to get slapped. Sun is an enjoyable character for the most part. I didn't really have anything bad to say over the years about Sun. The biggest crime for Sun is that he got caught up in the whole shipping wars, Black Sun and Bumblebee. Beyond that, he's fine. I mean, not that annoying. Yeah, I would put Sun Oh, remember, those who are late to the stream, this is all on a RWBY scale. So Weiss is an A, but I'll put her as a C in a better show. So I'll scale everything up. So even though Weiss is an A, in a better show, she'd probably be a C. You know, I would put John in a good show, not John, Sun, in a good show, he's probably a D. For RWBY scale, he's a B, probably, right? Somewhere around there. Junior Detective, somewhere in here. Either a high C or a low B. I'll ask the chat. I don't have any conviction on that, so I'm easily swayed on that one. Start a poll. Where should Sun go? I'll give you A, B, C. I have no conviction on this at all. No conviction. No nothing. S in your opinion? Okay, Caleb. Low B, I guess. Black Wolf. Didn't really have any bad lines. Low B, high C, yeah. In there. So yeah, low B, high C, pretty much the same spot. For the sake of the chart, I'll put him as a B, but you know, is what it is. I don't think he got that many great character moments to be up here, so I'll put him as a B. Ignoring the junior detectives, he's a solid character. Fair enough. All right, let's move on. Do I want to do Yang now? Do I want to do Yang now? Let's do Ironwood. Or the Iron Daddy, as some people called him. Ironwood was a solid character to begin with. I enjoyed Ironwood. I thought his Volume 7 character arc was good up until a point. I thought he was going to be a strong character in the show. They decided to have Team RWBY lie to him. And I thought there'd be a payoff that would be interesting. Ultimately, the payoff was him becoming a evil bastard. That would have been fine if the payoff was, hey, you guys lying over and over again, you're lying, put him over the edge, cool. My issue with Ironwood is that it made him a cartoon villain. They made him a cartoon villain, mustache swirly. That's what made him. I didn't love that. I didn't love them making him a cartoon villain. That's the problem. Which makes him kind of hard to rank. I did not like his final trajectory. I don't like where they took him in Volume 8. Especially considering he was in the right. I thought. Again, that's a legitimate choice, but to make him a cartoon villain didn't really land with me. It didn't make any sense to me for him to take that route. It'd be one thing if you didn't trust him, you took a more direct approach that you could argue, you can debate whether he's making the right decision. That's all fine. But it took him to the whole I'm a madman route. I didn't love that one. I would put Ironwood. I agree with you. Volume 8 was not great. It was probably like a low D, Volume 8 alone. Before that, it was higher than that. So the question is, how bad did Volume 8 make him? How bad did Volume 8 make Ironwood? I'm guessing C or D. Really don't like the cartoon villain stuff. What do you guys think? C or D? Fine, I'll do a poll. I'm curious. I don't have any I can be swayed. I can be swayed for sure. I choose to ignore Volume 8. You can't do that, folks. Not for this stream, you can't. You can, but not for this stream. He was great in Volume 7 until he wasn't. He was good in Volume 7 and then Volume 8 happened. Where should Ironwood be? Maybe D is harsh. Maybe D is harsh. Maybe it is. Maybe. I'll give you guys a wide option here. Maybe that's harsh. So A, B, C, or D. Take into account all the different volumes, your honest decision making on Ironwood from Volume 1 to Volume 8. From him giving Yang a arm for free that Yang never she never actually thanked him for her arm, which is weird writing. Like, why would you do that? Why would you not have a moment where she says, oh, by the way, thank you, Ironwood, for this arm? They don't trust him. It was just stupid writing for me. Like, the man gave you an arm for free and you don't think, let's write a scene where Yang and Ironwood have a talk. Just weirdly, really weird. Weird stuff, guys. C for between B and C. Okay. So we got some Ironwood fans. Let's put Ironwood. Is he on par with John? And I guess. Okay, I'll go low B for now. Or maybe high C. Same thing. Same difference. If I'm 8, this really, it wasn't great. Making him a cartoon villain like that, it really sucked. He had potential to be a complex, interesting character, but it made him a maniacal maniac ultimately. And his dumbass plan to like lift Atlas up into the sky, like, what are you talking about, Ironwood? There's infinite amount of plans you could have, infinite with that damn relic. And he decides the best course of action is to elevate Atlas into the atmosphere. That's the best you can come up with. With infinite amount of plans, the best solution is we're gonna lift Atlas all the way up into the sky. Okay. The more I think about it, see where he belongs. Yeah, see. I'm harsh on him. Am I? Do you think his plan to lift Atlas up into the sky was good? Because it wasn't. It was not. Volume 8 was just so bad. Volume 8, man. If it wasn't for Volume 8, it might be up here. But Volume 8 swung so far down here, you gotta be high C. Then again, the chat does have him as a B, but it's super close. 38-35. Fine. Low B. You happy? That's what we're doing. Low B. All right. Folk keep saying Zwei. Zwei I'm leaving off. Zwei is not a character, okay? Zwei is a pet with no real character motivations. Zwei is off the list completely. Let's put how about where is Summer Rose? Where is Summer Rose on this thing? I don't think Summer Rose should even be. Here's Summer Rose. What's to even say about Summer Rose? She died. She never existed in the show proper. We need more information. I don't feel good about ranking Summer Rose. She's not a character yet. She's a memory. We saw some backstories, some scenes, but she's not actually a character, so I'm gonna leave Summer Rose off. Torchwick. Let's do Torchwick. Torchwick was a character, a fun character who joined up with Salem and Cinder because he thought they were the winning team. And that was a smart approach. Can't hate him for that. He joined what he thought would be the winning team. Torchwick was fun. Torchwick, clear motivation. Nothing too bad. Nothing weird. Can't remember ever shitting on Torchwick about anything. Had a good death, I thought. A death that actually was shocking and surprising. Yeah, kind of just along for the ride. Along for the Cinder ride. Is it spectacular? Did he have like he had some good character moments. Like that speech he had with Ruby Rose about the real world. He wanted to survive. He's a man who just wanted to survive ultimately. Lie, steal, cheat, and survive. That's what he wanted to do. And he thought by joining Team Salem, Team Cinder, he would be surviving. That was a smart choice. I like Torchwick. He's a better character than John. The Ruby scale. A. I think so. Right? I guess. I mean, I can't think of anything bad, really. Interesting. I guess Torchwick is an A. His death was awful. Why? He got eaten by Grimm. Got eaten by Grimm. Ruby scale, he's an S. Maybe. I don't know. We'll leave him as a high A for now. I'm not sure anybody deserves an S. S would be like a B on a good show. Like a B on a show like Avatar: The Last Airbender. That would be a B. So if you think he's an S, you're saying he'd be a B on that on a good show, I think. So I don't know about that. I don't know, but we'll have him as A for now. Let's do Penny. Let's do Penny. Where is Penny? Penny, where are you? Where are you? Where art thou, Penny? Where art thou, Penny? Where are you, Penny? There she is. Good old Penny Palandina. Oh boy. My first thought process. That's my initial thoughts. My initial thought is E. That'll get a reaction. Will she stay there? I'm not sure. She may not stay there. That's my initial thought process. Why? Why do I want to put her as an E? Well, Penny Palandina was a character that was created for volume 3, I think. She died. She was killed off, and the writers presented her like a real girl. When she died and was killed off, the crowd reacted like, "Oh my God, this girl died, an innocent girl." Now, if I were in the crowd and I saw a girl that was a robot die, I'd say, "Boo! They cheated. That was a bunch of cheaters. They submitted a damn robot. Boo! They cheated. Boo! Get the authorities. They're a bunch of cheaters. Expel them from the tournament." That would have been my reaction if I saw a robot being exposed. But for some reason, they thought she was a real girl. Okay, it's dumb. But that's the direction the writers want to take it. Fine. A real girl died, and it had a real negative effect on the audience, and the audience started crying, and everybody's all sad that the robot died. Okay. Now the fans thought that Penny actually died because, like, this is a ridiculous headcanon that the fans come up with. Do you guys remember this? Do you guys remember this? Penny died because her body had the soul, and when the soul was released, because the body got released, so she actually died. The soul was in the body, and the body got destroyed. Therefore, the soul went into the atmosphere, and Penny died. Remember that nonsense? That was the headcanon the fandom had to come up with because the writers didn't give us anything to chew on. Oh, okay, she's a real girl. The real girl died, and we're not going to acknowledge that she's a robot. The entire world, even freaking, what's his face? The professor for Mistral, Lionheart, said that poor girl was ripped to pieces. The poor girl, right? So we're not acknowledging that she's a robot? Okay, fine. A poor innocent girl died, and it doesn't make sense that they reacted that way, but fine. Let's accept that. Let's move on. The whole character motivation for Ruby Rose, she talked about how Penny was killed and all that stuff. She's so sad. Everybody was sad about Penny. Poor girl died, right? Then, in volume 7, was supposed to be volume 6, right? She was supposed to come back at the end of volume 6, but they ran out of time. Because remember, that's when they panicked. They were going to bring back Penny. They were going to bring back Neo. They were going to bring back everybody in volume 6 because they panicked about volume 5, right? Volume 7, she showed up and nobody gave a damn in terms of like a reaction. Like, oh, she's back. Oh, sounds like Penny to me. Everything's cool, right? They didn't react like how they're supposed to react. If a real girl died, they're like, oh, she's back. What are you doing here? Like, what's going on here? This is like some piss poor writing here. You made her a big deal when she died, right? It's a big deal. Then she comes back and like, oh, it's no big deal. She's back. It's bad. So that's that, right? That meant that moment made no sense. All the weight they gave that moment made no sense. All that pain and suffering, all that drama, it made no sense. Penny died, and then Pyrrha died, thinking she killed Penny. That's all bullshit. Because she's a robot, you silly goose. Why do you think she's dead? It's a robot, right? They can't have it both ways. You can't have her being a real girl, and people react like it's a real girl, and turn around and say, "Oh, she's an actual robot," and there's never a big deal, folks. What do you guys talk about? Of course, she's still alive. That's terrible writing. All right. Then Penny became the gatekeeper for the maiden power. Basically, she decided who got the maiden power. She became the gatekeeper for whatever reason. Didn't make her a real girl. Then they kill her off like a couple episodes later. And we're supposed to care about her death. We're supposed to be invested in her death the second time around. Yeah, there's problems with that character for sure. Penny is a farce of a character. She shouldn't have been brought back to begin with. And I'm standing on business. I am standing on business when it comes to Penny. She's bad. It's bad. And yeah, it's now the character, like her personality is fun, she's nice. That's all cool. I'm talking about the writing. I'm not talking about the performance. I'm not talking about the voice acting. All that's great. The writing, the execution, the direction for this character is piss poor. It makes no sense. No matter how you look at it. No matter how you look at it, she gets an E. Remember when she was framed for the massacre in Mantle, the Mantle massacre? She can see in the dark. She had flashlights. She tackled, who'd you tackle? Robin Hill instead of attacking the attacker. Penny was not done well whatsoever. The hero of Mantle, remember that? Yeah, she's fun. But the character being dead, bringing her back, killing her off again, it was all a big mess. And I can't put her on the same level as I guess I could put her at the bottom of D, I guess. Fine. She's not an E. She's a D. How about that? I'll do it. Fine. Let me do a poll because why not? Maybe E is too. Maybe being on a cinder. But maybe not though. She's bad. Like it's bad. It's really bad, guys. It really is. It's like it's bad. I'll do a poll though. Start a poll. Is Penny a D or an E? I'm giving you no other options. No, I'll give you another option. Is Penny a what? That's a weird sentence. Is Penny a what? A no, my ass. C, D, or E? It's bad, folks. How many videos I make on Penny? How many videos? Let's see. 1, 2, 3. I made 3 videos on Penny. 3. One was Penny should have stayed dead. True. How is Penny a maiden? Oh yeah, remember that nonsense? Oh my god, I forgot about that. I forgot about that. How was Penny a maiden? It made no sense. It made no sense. Her soul is from her father. She took the maiden power. Yeah, I have to watch my video again. I have to rewatch my own video to remember that it made no sense how she was a maiden. It made no sense why she was a maiden. It made no sense. I made that video during COVID. Then the third video was why the hell to bring her back? D, fine. She's a D. I'll leave her a D for now. I'll leave her a D for now. That's what it's gonna be. The D. But it can easily be E. Easily. But I'll leave her a D for now. Yeah, she's a machine, but she got the maiden power. She's not actually. It's. If they're making a statement there about identity, like some type of social commentary, they should have done a better job with that. I remember the whole point was she believes she's a girl, therefore she's a girl. But if that's how the maiden power works, never mind. Let's not even go there because I don't think they thought about it that much. I'm not gonna put more thought into it. I'm not gonna put more thought into it than they did. All right. I'm not gonna do that. All right. How about, yeah, everybody's favorite character, Adam Torres. Adam. Now he may be E. Like maybe Penny at E was too much, but Adam might be an E. It's D or E for Adam. Adam was a character that had a lot of potential. Cool character design. They turned him into a abusive boyfriend. That was a choice. It didn't make any sense based on his previous actions. He let Blake go because he thought that his mission was more important than Blake, so he didn't care that you ran away. But then they made him an abusive, obsessive boyfriend, even though that didn't track with his personality type. He would be more closer to a Killmonger. He had a vision of the Faunus being on top. There's no way he would let any woman, derail that. Didn't make sense for his character. I said this before. Adam would be a Killmonger. He would be closer to a Killmonger than anything else. He would have tossed Blake aside easily if it meant the Faunus being on top and ruin over the Faunus. It made no sense that he became not abusive. It made no sense that he became an obsessive, crazed boyfriend. That made no sense based on his personality type. He should have been a Killmonger. You know, if you watch Black Panther, he killed off his girlfriend like that. That makes sense for that character type. That's what Adam is. A militant leader who cares about one thing, being on top. There's no way he would have let Blake derail that. No way. Didn't make no sense. It made him an abusive, obsessive boyfriend. It was very bad, very bad. And got embarrassed left and right. Had some very cringe lines as well. What does she even see? You remember that one? What does she even see in you? Like, what? They turned him into the device to make the shippers go crazy. They used him as a device to make Blake and Yang become more of a on-screen ship, not a way that felt natural or real. Remember that scene where Blake and Yang were holding hands, looking straight into the camera? They made him into the abusive boyfriend that Yang had to help Blake deal with. It wasn't compelling or interesting. It's a damn shame. He had a scar on his face that didn't have any payoff. Weiss never actually saw... Weiss and Ruby Rose never saw never saw Adam. They never saw him. Only Blake and Yang saw Adam. There's never a moment in the show where where Ruby and Weiss met up with Adam in any stage or any form. Which is probably a mistake, considering Adam would probably hate Weiss because Weiss is a Schnee, and he literally has a Schnee Dust Company stamp on his face. They did not think that that moment would have been compelling to have Adam and Weiss have a moment of some sort. They didn't think that was interesting or worth showing that interaction. Adam is a massive, massive cringe character that I don't think you can't really debate about either E or D. It's bottom D or E. I'm gonna put Adam Torres. Oh boy. At least Penny was fun. It had some moments. Like, Penny's better than Adam. I'm putting Adam as an E. He's an E. Sorry, Adam Torres fans. I'm sorry. But Adam was cringe. What is he even seeing you? I'm sorry, what is she? What is she even seeing you? It's way too cringe. That what you did to me? You just threw our memories away? Adam is cringe, man. It's very, very cringe. Yeah, it's bad. It's bad. Yeah, hopefully there's no real debate about that one. He's bad. Yeah, if there's an F, maybe Cinder will go down as well, because Cinder's the worst for me. But he's definitely in the bottom tier. Yeah, I don't think there's any debate. He's very bad. It needs to be an F tier. If there's an F tier, Cinder's going down, for me at least, because Cinder is the worst character in the show. But yeah, maybe at the end, when we do the final rundown, I may add a F, and we could do that. For now, we'll keep it as E, and we'll make adjustments. Again, this is a fluid list, very fluid, so it can change. It can change. What does she even see in you? Okay, let's move on. We're going for almost 2 hours. All right, let's speed this up. Let's do Salem. Salem is a character that has a lot of potential. She's a character who's not as bad as Cinder. She's a character that ultimately in Volume 9 was kind of disappointing. She's supposed to go do it herself. Remember that? If you want something done right, you gotta do it yourself, right? That's what they said. And then she ultimately did not do it herself at all. In the volume where she's supposed to shine the most, she was taken out halfway and came back at the end. Salem is a character that's kind of interesting. She just wants to die, which is sympathetic. But unfortunately for Salem, the writers don't know how to write. But the potential is still there for her. But yeah, Volume 8 just wasn't it. Not at all. I want to like Salem, I really do. But The whole sitting back in the whale, not doing anything, and then not actually doing it herself. It's. I said that Salem needed to be the best character in Volume 8. Remember that video I did? She needed to be the best character in Volume 8. She didn't come close. She did not come close. That puts Salem somewhere around, I don't know, probably not as bad as Raven. Somewhere in the seas, probably. Somewhere in here. Somewhere in here. Or maybe low B, I don't know. She's somewhere in here. Probably higher than John. No, probably higher than Sun, maybe. Or C, I don't know. I'll ask you guys. Where should Salem go? I'll take her out here to not influence. Start a poll. I'm just curious. Where should Salem now? Her backstory was kind of cringe a little bit. I didn't love her backstory. Other people did, but I did not love her backstory that much. But that was a whole lot of things with that. Ozma's actions, the gods, all of it together was kind of weird for Salem. Where should she go? Seeing some. See? I don't have any conviction about that. I don't have any issue with that. Yeah. It's B or C. We can mess that around. We can change that around. I'm not sure if Ironwood is better than. I don't know. I have to think about that. Salem versus Ironwood is an interesting question. Volume 8 was so bad for Ironwood. I'm not sure where he belongs now. You know? Anyway, we'll leave it like that. We can change it around later on. How about Nora? How about Nora? Nora was a fun character originally. As time went on, they dialed back the character a little bit. She became more of a real character. She loves Ren. She is a orphan. She has some character moments in Volume 7. I don't think I've ever actually had like a real like video about Nora specifically. I've had stuff to say about her. She did become a kind of Ren's boyfriend a little bit there. Focus with that relationship and what they were going through. Had an awesome character moment in Volume 7. What was that moment? What did she say? What was that line she did in Volume 7? I think it was episode 3, Volume 7. Had a good character moment here and there. She's not like the worst. I don't have any issues with Nora really. Oh, it was Volume 8, Episode 3, I think it was. If I remember it, then she's not bad, right? What's up, Tony? If I remember it, then it wasn't bad. I remember that. Yeah, I remember this. when she used her hammer in volume 8. I can't remember the line though. What line did she say? It was I'll find it.
We have to Laura, wait!
Here it is.
We have to get out there. Be strong
Be strong and hit stuff. That's what it was.
and hit stuff.
Be strong and hit stuff. That was a good line. Good character moment there. Be strong and hit stuff. And then she hit the thing. Solid stuff. Nothing too egregious. Nothing too annoying. She was, well, oh wow, I just remember that. I just remember something. Never mind, Nora. Never mind, Nora. I can't, you're not off the hook completely. Wasn't it in volume 4 that she was one of the people who were saying not to trust Ironwood? That was kind of annoying. She was annoying in volume 7. She was annoying there. She was annoying. She was annoying. She was annoying. I remember now. We have to help Mental. We have to help Mental. We have to help Mental over and over and over again. She kept saying you have to help Mental. It was kind of annoying. But beyond that, she's not the worst. Yeah, I don't know. Let's put Nora. Her obsession with helping Mantle was kind of annoying. But it made sense because, you know, she's an orphan and was, she felt bad for the needy, I guess. I'll put her as a C. Right? Maybe somewhere there. Where should Nora go? Start poll. You didn't trust Ironwood. And you kept talking about helping Mantle. In a way that was kind of annoying. Was the worst thing? No, but it's kind of annoying. C? Okay, we'll go with C. I don't hate that. I don't hate that location for her. And she was obsessed with helping Mantle. It's kind of crazy. All right, let's move on to Yang Xiao Long. I can't put it off any longer. Yang is the worst of Team RWBY. So, you know where that's headed. She can't be any higher than Blake. Does she deserve a E placement? Probably not. I'm gonna put it at the bottom of D. Yang is the worst of Team RWBY. I did a whole video on this. And it's not only does she not have abandonment issues, and I broke that down. Doesn't have abandonment issues. It's not poorly. It's poorly executed, that storytelling there. She became the other half of a ship when it comes to Blake. Her relationship with her mom and how that was executed doesn't make sense. She refuses to acknowledge that her actual mom was Summer Rose. Not until volume 8 did that happen. Like, she forgot that she had an actual mom that she called Super Mom. And that was kind of frustrating. So yeah, she had a lot of problems. She got worse. Blake got less annoying. She got more annoying as the volumes went on. And that's why she takes the top spot. I have like 3 or 4 videos on Yang. It's not good. It really isn't good. Do you agree? Am I wrong? She refuses to thank Ironwood for her metal arm. Remember that? she doesn't acknowledge her little sister. I'm like looking at my old video right now. I'm like watching my old video to remember my issues I have with Yang. Yeah, what are your thoughts on Yang? She's a horrible person. Oh, another thing with Yang, if you remember, Yang, she should be famous because she actually broke Mercury's leg, and they thought she was a horrible person for that. But there was no payoff for that whatsoever. They didn't come back around. Yeah, it was very bad stuff for Yang. Oh yeah, PTSD. Oh my God, PTSD arc was not well executed at all. I thought it was very bad. Her fighting Adam, which supposedly had problems, so they built up this whole PTSD arc in regard to Adam, and then when she sees Adam, there's no effect whatsoever. I don't care what anybody says. Go watch that fight again. She was not hampered by her PTSD whatsoever. So what was the point? PTSD is garbage. Don't acknowledge Summer was her mom. The Bumblebee ship was the character's motivation going forward. Mistake after mistake after mistake. It's really not that great. Yang is the bottom of Team RWBY. She's worse than Blake for sure. For sure. For sure. No complaints? Good. All right, let's move on. We're already 2 hours into this thing. Let's move on to a lot of characters here. A lot of these characters are not worth a damn, so not even going to use them. Let's see. How about Winter? Winter, I think, is below Weiss, but Winter, I like Winter for the most part. Some things in volume 7 and 8 weren't the best, but I think she's fine. Her leaving John behind, not really. That's not really a writing thing. That's a director thing. How it's shot. They show Winter leaving the I don't know what to call it. The space they used to tunnel the folks. She left him behind. I don't know why they did that. Then they show her like turning around, like, no, like, lady, you're in control of how you move. I don't know why you're leaving John behind. It was a very poorly executed scene. How she left John behind to fall. That was really, really bad. Winter, she's like, she's better. Yeah, she's better than some of these characters. I like the character moment she has with her sister. I'm gonna put her as a B. Good B. Yeah, Yang's trash. Actually, guys, real quick, where should Winter go? In the meantime, we'll move on to the next person, which will be John. Not John. The kid we call Oscar. Now, I put a video out not too long ago called How to Ruin a Bad Character. How to Create a Bad Character. And that was about Oscar, because why did I make that video? Because Oscar was a character who left to go take the hero's journey, but didn't show us the moment where he decided to take the hero's journey. Remember that? He told Oscar to get out of his head. And next time we saw him, he walked into the damn train track. The only scene we had to see, the only scene they had to show us, the one scene they needed to show us is the one they didn't show, was him deciding to take the hero's journey, to step out and like be a hero. That's the scene that we had to see, and that's the one they skipped. We are working with amateurs here, folks. We're working with amateurs. That's like storytelling 101. Show us the time when the character decides to take the damn step, and they didn't show it to us. They skipped over it. Literally, the only part we needed to see is a part they skipped over. Bad. They subsequently later gave us that scene kind of a little bit. We know why he's decided to take that step, but they didn't show it to us originally. Oscar kept getting kidnapped over and over again. I'm gonna give Oscar a probably D. Probably D. On the same level as like Emerald. Maybe Ruby should be down here too, honestly. Well, I'll decide later on. Yeah, I'm gonna say D. How about Ozpin? Ozpin is not as bad as Oscar, I don't think. But Ozpin does have issues himself. He's kind of interesting though. He's kind of... One of my favorite moments for Ozpin was probably... Maybe my favorite moment was Volume 6, Episode 2. When we actually showed us... We actually saw that other side of him, that darker side, that more aggressive, more confrontational side to him in Episode 2 of Volume 6, when he told Ruby not to bring out Jin. He tried to get the lamp from her. That was one of my favorite episodes. That tension felt real. It felt like a real tension there. Hand over the relic. Love that. That was good. Might be my favorite Ozpin moment. Yang was like, you can trust us. You think Lionheart was the first? That was all really compelling stuff. I like that scene. So Ozpin, I'm gonna put probably fine, C. Right around Ruby's area, a C. Let's move on to Mercury. Mercury, he's a guy who's kind of going along for the ride. No real ambition beyond... I'm not even sure what Mercury wants. What does Mercury want? I don't know. Because I don't know what he wants, how high can I put him? Unless you guys know, tell me what Mercury wants. What does Mercury want? Because I don't know. What is Mercury's character motivations? Yes, he was done dirty. He should have been given an actual character arc. He hates his dad, sure, but his dad is dead and gone. So what does he want now? Yeah, he's a D. He's a D. How about Whitley? Now, Whitley's a character that had a progression of some sort. Whitley started off kind of like a bad kid. That's how they presented him, like the bad kid who's going to be like walk in the footsteps of his father in Volume 6. They kind of turned that in Volume 7 and 8 a little bit. He became more a sympathetic figure. I even made a video on that and how like his character actually took a turn for the better. He's more dynamic, more compelling. Whitley, I don't hate. If anything, Weiss did him dirty a little bit in Volume 7 and 8. I did a whole video on that. Very short video. Because Weiss should understand Whitley, right? Whitley was abandoned just like Weiss was. His father is his father, right? You know how he is. His mother is an alcoholic and she left. So of course he resents her because she got out and he's still there, right? He's not a huntress or a huntsman, right? He has no powers and she got out of the nest and he's still there suffering, and he's actually suffering from abandonment. Weiss and Whitley had abandonment issues, unlike Yang. Talked about that before, right? Talk about this. It makes more sense to have abandonment issues with Weiss and Whitley than it does with Yang. Because Yang had a damn mom who was loving and a father who was there, right? Whitley had abandonment issues. So the way to approach that with Weiss made me hate Weiss. I made a video on that, like making me hate Weiss and how he's approaching Whitley, because he should understand, or she should understand. I'm sorry, my bad. She should understand Whitley. Ultimately, he decides to help. So we see that he's actually a decent person who just resented his sister a little bit because she left. I'm gonna put Whitley. Yeah, that's what they called him. The fandom called him Shitley when the kid was freaking suffering the same stuff that Weiss had. The same abandonment issues is what he was suffering from. The same stuff, folks. Let me see if I can
You and even Blake are more like family to me than my brother.
No matter what happens, Weiss, please don't forget about your brother.
Whitley wants nothing to do with me.
Of course not. You left him alone. With us.
See? Whitley was left alone. That's why he resented her. His mother broke it down, all right? His mother's an alcoholic. Winter's gone. Weiss is gone. That's why he doesn't want to, that's why he hates her, because he was alone. I feel for the kid.
What an interesting way to say, hello, dear brother, how have you been?
Like, this kid is suffering.
Maybe you haven't figured out what's going on, Whitley, but we're busy trying to save Atlas.
What do you expect me to do then?
Go to your room.
Whitley suffered, okay? I'm gonna put Whitley, he's a victim. I'm putting Whitley as a, he's no worse. I'm putting him as a B. He's in a B range. Yeah, he's a B. Let's do. Yeah, that was a bad moment for Weiss. It really was. Go to your room. It was really bad. Like they don't see how they're positioned. The writers do not know what they're doing. They don't see that they're positioning him as a sympathetic figure and making Weiss the mean person here. They don't realize that at all. They think, oh, the fans want us to stick it to Whitley, to Shitley. Meanwhile, he's the one suffering here. All right, how about Weiss's mom, the drug addict? I'm sorry, the alcoholic. Willow goes where? I'm gonna put Willow. I mean, character makes sense. Her character makes sense. Her husband is Jock Schnee. She's depressed. She's an alcoholic. She's a bad mom. That's not bad writing. This is a character flaw, right? What did she do that was bad? What's a bad character thing? I don't know. She's kind of like nothing. Like I don't hate her. I don't love her. E? No, you may think she's a bad mom, but you're allowed to be a bad mom, right? You can be a bad mom. Is she a bad character? You can have a character that's good, that's a bad mom, right? She can be an awful mom. The question is she badly written? That's the issue here. Not if she's a bad mom or not. Yeah, she's a bad mom, but is she a bad written character? I can't say she's badly written. Unless you guys give me an example. Where would you put her mom? I guess a C. I mean, it is what it is, kind of. Well, she did make a good point about Whitley, the alcoholic. She's distant from her daughter, but nothing's badly written, really. I don't think. I'm gonna put her as a B, honestly. I mean, what did she do that was bad? What's the bad writing there? She's a bad mom, but what's the bad writing? Again, in a better show, this is on a RWBY scale. RWBY scale. So on a good show, this is probably like a D, right? But Ruby scale, B. Like, what's the problem with her, right? She did give Weiss the answers, but she's the mom, right? She's supposed to do stuff like that. All right, let's move on to Ilya. Yeah, her name is Ilya. Ilya. I don't remember her last name. Ilya. Quit taking pot shots and fight me like you mean it. She is all about that faunist rights, the faunist civil movement. She loves Blake. There's no such thing as innocent. There's no right thing to do, just only what's right for us. She has a strong delivery. I think the voice acting makes me think her writing was better than it was. Like, her voice acting was very good. Very strong voice acting work here. And that elevated the character. It's amazing what voice acting can do. I don't like hurting people, but I'll tell you this, it brings results. Something like that. I'm paraphrasing. At the end, she says she wants to help Blake. I'll stand with you if you'll have me. Ultimately, she stops helping Adam when she starts crying. And she has to make a decision. In the heat of the moment, she decides to stand with Blake. And she forgives her. And that works for Ilya. I'm gonna put Ilya. Yeah, Sherry Lee. She delivered. Yeah, she delivered really well. Did I say Lee or Lay? I don't remember how to pronounce the last name. Yeah, Sherry's great. C or B for Ilya. Quick taking pot shots. And fight me like you mean it. I feel like Ruby should be lower than C now. Potentially. Low C, I guess. I'll keep Ruby there, I guess. Nah, screw it. High D for Ruby Rose. I'll put Ilya somewhere over here. Yeah, okay. This, again, it's a fluid list. It's fluid. It's fluid. Black Wolf, thank you for the super chat. I read a fanfic called Hundreds of Justice that made Willow a better mom. It made her more interesting. You should check it out. A lot of fan. Thanks for the super chat, Black Wolf. There's a lot of fan stuff out there. A lot of fan stuff out there. They're keeping the fandom alive. At a time where they thought the show was over, fan fiction has been very strong for the show. Say what you want about RWBY. Say what you want. But this show has a following of very passionate fans. Let's do Tyrion. That's too low for who? Miss Henry. That's too low for who? Let's do. Yeah, Ilya BRC. I ask you guys, where should Ilya go? I'm pretty sure I spelled her first name wrong. That's right. A, B, C. Give me a quick answer to that. Give me a quick answer to that, and then we can move on to somebody else. Let's do Tyrion next. Tyrion is a fun character. He's a chaotic character. No real motivation beyond helping Salem. He loves Salem. Wants to help her. He manipulated Crow, I guess, to help him kill Clover, I guess. Tyrion is not a bad character. He is what it is. He's a chaotic character. There to cause chaos. And he has to die, ultimately. I think he will die. If the show continues, I think he dies. So yeah, where do we go? What do we think about Tyrion? I think Tyrion is probably probably in the B's. Probably in the B. Entertaining enough. Nothing bad really that I can think of. You guys know a bad moment from Tyrion? I can't think of one. Is there any characters that deserve an S tier? Well, based on depending on how I scale it, right? This is on a RWBY scale. Based on a RWBY scale, maybe somebody can get an S tier, maybe. I don't know, we'll see. But these will be the options. These are probably the option to do it. Like I don't know though. We'll see. How about Watts? Watts told Cinder off. Watts hates Ironwood because Ironwood chose that fat imbecile over him. He has a vendetta against Ironwood. He wants to be appreciated for his smarts. I don't have an issue with Watts too much. I don't have an issue with Watts. I like Watts for the most part. I would put Watts up there. B or an A, probably. What do you guys think? B or A for Watts? Okay, C is for Ilya. Okay, cool. Let's go on to Watts. Your honest opinion on the writing. Your honest opinion on the writing for the character. $52A. Come on, vote. If you're in the chat, vote. Plus his voice actors, yeah, I like the voice acting as well. I like the voice acting as well, for sure. Do me a favor, hit the like button. If you haven't already, hit the like button for me, please. Just hit like. That's all I gotta do. No effort, just hit like. He was a convincing villain, but needed to interact with the main cast. Yeah. I agree. All right, let's do Hazel. Hazel, I think, is probably, he went out like a G, kind of. He decided to take a stand against Salem. He hated Osmond because of what happened to his daughter. His daughter died at the academy. He died under her care, which is very unfortunate, really, to lose your daughter at school. I guess a Grimm killed her. It's hard to like think about Volume 1 and how silly it was and reconcile that with the kid dying, right? Because it's kind of more playful in Volume 1 when we saw Beacon. kind of hard to imagine someone dying there, but it kind of makes sense that it would happen. I just wish the show was more. I guess wish those two things made more sense. Like, I can't imagine somebody dying in that school based on how the show was presented at the time, right? The tone changed. There was a darker tone later on. The show took a darker turn as the volume progressed. Hazel is a what? C or B? I'll go C for now, and we'll change it later on if we have to. Oh yeah, Weiss's father, Papa Schnee. Papa Schnee was a villain, of course. A bad, one that the audience was supposed to hate from the very beginning. He slapped the taste out of Weiss's mouth. I don't have any strong thoughts on this character. I don't know if it was poorly written moments. Probably was that I can't remember right now. He kind of went out he died in volume 8. Weiss didn't care too much. It seemed he didn't care that much. He didn't care that much about his father dying. I think Ironwood killed him. What do you think? What do you guys think about Jacques Schnee? Wasn't really someone that had a huge. He had character moments like in volume 6 when he slapped Weiss, when he told her that she was going to not be the heiress anymore. So he had moments. I like the voice acting. Yeah, I don't hate Jock. I'd put Jock B or C, I would think. Found him annoying. Was he poorly written? I don't know. He's definitely a villain. I'll let you guys decide. Jacques Schnee is a what? Jacques Schnee is a what? I'm gonna give you B, C. Maybe I should give it a D, an E as well. I just don't think he's on that level. Vote, please. Vote, please. You guys can decide this one. I have no conviction on this whatsoever. Where did I put him? Where's John? Where's Jock? Where'd I put him? Where'd I move? There he is. Looking like a C. C and B not too far away. Okay, I'm put him as a C. Blake's father. C? Probably. Can't think of anything bad or good. So C on the RWBY scale. Think so? For Blake's father? Yeah, I don't have an opinion either. I don't have an opinion. I guess he's a loving father. He's a loving father who didn't, he tried to take fondness into a more peaceful direction. I mean, is he any worse or better than Hazel? Probably not. D for him and his wife. D for him and his wife. That's hilarious. Yeah, I got my low C. I don't care about Summer. Rin. Where does Rin go? Where does Rin go? Rin had a good character moment when he told off John and Yang, but that's just one. Yeah, one good character moment. But that's more than some people have. Like one is more than most people have. Like I'm not hating on that. I made an entire video on why Rin was right. I don't think he's any worse than Nora, right? Not worse than Nora. I don't think. So probably so either better or at the same level as Nora, I think. We did have a good moment in volume 7 when he yelled at Yang. So we don't have a plan. We don't know what we're doing. We're just kids. We don't know what we're doing. But Ironwood does, right? Now, it was a weird thing he was doing where he was kind of like falling in line with Ironwood. Like, yes, sir. I don't know what he was doing there. Yeah, one good character moment. How about volume 4? The whole arc at the end there with his family, with Ani Yuri, or however I want to say his name of the city. His backstory in volume 4. Him killing off the damn Grimm. That was all fine. Saw him as a kid, as a child, how his mom died. Maybe he had more character moments than I give him credit for. Maybe he had more moments than I'm giving him credit for. Let's say C or B. What do you think? C or B for Rin? I'm gonna give you A, B, C. On the RWBY scale, the Reb. Reb is a what? I'm losing it. I'm losing it, folks. I put Reb. I'm dyslexic. A Reb. Rebecca? Is there a Rebecca in RWBY? I don't think so. Rin is a B. A lot of love out there for Rin. Fine. Fine. B it is for Rin, I guess. Well, it's kind of close. Never mind. It's close. It's close. I could change it. 50 for B, 46 for C. It is close, so let me wait. Like, I'm gonna wait till like over 30 votes. Come on, people, vote. It takes 2 seconds. Vote, 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 vote. Oh, the tides have turned. It was back to B. Let's go, Reb. Reb is my favorite character. Reb, like, I think Reb had a really good showing in the show, I think. Reb really showed out. Oh, I guess you are in the minority. You think he's like what, D? It's really close. This is so close. And there's some D's. Maybe C is where he belongs. It's tied C and B. And then D. Yeah. Sorry, Rand. It looks like you're going to be a very close. The chat wants Ren to be a C. Reb is S tier. He is. Or she is. Rebecca. All right, Ren. The chat decided that you're a C. I'll put you as a high C. It's all fluid. B minus and C plus is pretty much the same. All right, let's do Penny's dad. Where does Penny's dad go? Penny's dad is a irresponsible creator. He sacrificed his own soul to make Penny. He's weird. Is he poorly written? I can't think of anything in particular. Like I don't care about her father. I don't care. Yes, Ren calling out Yang BS was perfect. It was. Can I make a custom red? But that takes too long. Penny's father's a C. Yeah, someone probably mid C. Yeah. C on the RWBY scale, which would probably make him like a D or F on the other show. All right. Let's move on to Klein. Klein's a standard regular character. Probably C. He did nothing wrong. He's helpful toward Weiss. He's a father figure for Weiss, kind of. Maybe that makes him higher then. Maybe B for Klein. He was there for Weiss. He's an appropriate character. Didn't do anything wrong. Was helped out where he needed to help out. Yeah, he probably deserves a higher C. Willow is too high. Where is Willow? Oh, she's here. No, Willow, she's a bad mom, but the writing isn't bad. Give me a bad moment of writing. Let me know that. Whitley, Klein is a B probably. I can't think of anything for Klein. I'll let you guys decide. Where should Klein be? Start a poll. Where should Klein? I'm sure I'm spelling Klein wrong, but whatever. Oh, my bad. Yes, where it should be yes or no. I'm losing it, folks. I'm losing it. Start a poll. Where should Klein? I've lost it. Do A, B, C, or D. In the meantime, I decide who I want to pick next. I need some nothing characters here. Yeah, these are nothing characters. B for Klein. Willow is too high. She didn't have any bad moments, but she wasn't interesting. That's fair, Jim. That's fair. That's definitely fair. That is definitely fair. Low B for Klein. Okay. We can decide at the end where we want to adjust stuff. Again, it's a fluid list. I can change anything. All right, let's move on to Tai Yang. Tai Yang, Yang and RWBY's dad, father. Probably a C. What do you think about Tai Yang? Mid. Yeah, he's mid. He's mid. I give him a C. How about they even have the lady from the damn bar? Like they have everybody on here. Like this is ridiculous. So many people aren't. I will say this. Cinder, the huntsman from Cinder's backstory. This man is a huntress. I'm sorry, a huntsman saw that a child was being abused and did nothing to remove her from the situation. I repeat, this man was a huntsman, saw that a child was being abused and did nothing to remove her from the situation, and it didn't give an explanation for why that was. He's either a horrible human being or the writing is terrible. They should have addressed that. Why couldn't this man remove her from an abusive situation? He's a huntsman. What good is he? His solution was to train her up to be a killer instead of helping her get out of that situation. What's good as a huntsman if you can't help an orphan who's being abused? It was ridiculous. Rhodes, you're an E. Let's move on. I'm putting my foot down on that one. No poll there. I'm definitive in his positioning. Rhodes is a garbage character. Let's move on to... I'm noticing a lot of these characters are meaningless. I don't have to rank them. They're just there. So I don't mind. I can skip all these people down here, I think. Could be hitting my mic. Sorry about that. Let's do... We're getting to the end here, folks. How about Professor Lionheart? He was garbage. Question is, how garbage was Lionheart? He was bad. I'm gonna put Lionheart, maybe not an E, but definitely a D. And maybe not as bad as Yang or Mercury. Mercury's not as bad as Yang. Mercury is like, he's over here. He's a D, but he's over here D. Yeah, Lionheart is bad. He's a D. D or an E. I don't think he's Cinder bad. But he's bad. Yeah. How about, and again, at the end we'll move things around at the end. How about Robin Hill? Miss Only herself. Only? This woman did not have a conversation with Weiss because of the dumb writers. This woman was annoying. This woman didn't see that clearly Penny was not responsible for killing those people in that damn place. This woman lost the election in a way that was obviously rigged and did nothing. This woman was not good. Oh, it's here. I know what? I hear you. A lot of E's. We're gonna put Robin Hill right down with the E's. She was bad. O for Only. You got Clover killed. Yeah, Robin Hill is not great. If the most memorable thing you did was the Only, I mean, that's poor directing, it's bad. What am I missing here that's big? Like Sienna Khan, she's not around long enough. Blake's mom goes with Blake's father. Where's that? Yeah, Belladonna's together. Clover. How about Clover? He got killed by, really by Crow, honestly. Clover, he was a defender of Ironwood. He followed Ironwood's orders, but did he have a bad moment in terms of writing? I don't remember. I don't remember anything about his writing. Like, I just remember him dying in a very bad way because of the stupidity of Crow. But in terms of the writing, I don't know. Oh, you like the character design. That's why you wanted her to be an S tier. But the mom, her writing is standard. Like, who cares? Clover's a D. Yeah, I can't. Is he like a bad character though in terms of writing? He's boring. He's there for Crow. Really, that's why he's there. His good luck charm thing is for Crow, right? That's why he's there. Yeah, you know what? I'll put him a D. Yeah, shit bait for Crow. You're right. D it is. What about Morrow? That's his name, right? Marlowe, whatever. I can remember the name of the people in the damn special ops. The elite military husband, right? The ASOPs. The ASOPs. Morrow was a Faunus. Had a decent moment with Robin Hill. I wish they would have dived more into that. Morrow was a wasted opportunity, I think. He's a Faunus. I mean, think about this. He's a Faunus working for Ironwood in Atlas, where it's supposed to be a racist country, Atlas. That was very an interesting character they could have used. Very compelling stuff they could have used there. But they didn't do it. And they wasted it. He's a waste. Morrow is a waste. They could have done some really compelling stuff. So this one was Winter in the Aesop. Looking at the freaking RWBY fandom wiki, Winter was never at Aesop's. Why is she in this group? Winter was not at Aesop's. Anyway, where do you guys want to put Morrow? He was all right, but wasted opportunity. Okay, let's put him as a C. See A for Morrow. I see C. I guess I ask you guys. I have no conviction on Morrow. Start a poll. Morrow. He did say they were holding back. That was the guy who said we were holding back when he got embarrassed. That's not really his fault, really. That's not really bad writing per se. That's the entire. All of them are saying they're holding back. No, that he said that. I have to attribute that to him. We were holding back. That was just a terrible scene when the Aesops got beat up by Team RWBY. So stupid. So stupid. Very, very dumb. And there were people defending that nonsense. Defending the Aesops, who are elite military huntsmen getting beat up by Team RWBY. And the explanation was they're trained up by them. So bad. So bad. As if they wouldn't know all the weaknesses because they trained them up. So stupid. Then you trained us. We're elite military husband. You were. Then you trained us. What a terrible, terrible thing. Terrible. I think, honestly, looking at the rest of these characters, I don't care to rank any of the rest of them. I think it's fine now. I guess there's some people in Volume 9 I need to rate. Like the cat. C for Morrow. Fair enough. How about the cat? Remember the cat from Volume 9? Remember the damn cat? Oh, yeah, I'll do the gods too. I'll do the gods. How about the cat? He wasn't bad. He wasn't bad. He wanted to escape, wanted to meet his maker. We want to know why the maker made him like that. He jumped into Neo's head. or her body, the empty host. Then he got defeated by Ruby Rose. I'm indifferent on the cat. He was fine. S or A tier. I don't think the cat is as bad as the C's. I think the cat was fine. He was interesting. Yeah, I'll put him as a B. You guys can persuade me later. I'll put the cat as a B. How about the gods? B or A for the cat. How about the gods? God of Light. Are they really characters? Are they really characters? I don't think so. I don't think the gods are actual characters, honestly. Not in a way that I can rank it. They're you can argue about the logic of the gods and stuff like that, but I don't really want to rate them. I don't think so. I'm gonna leave the gods out. E or D? Yeah, I don't really have a definitive thought process on the gods. Like, yeah, plot devices. That's what they are. That's all they are. They're not actual characters. No gods being ranked. Sorry, friend, who asked me to rank the gods. I'm vetoing your god ranking, unfortunately. Beyond that, Denacon got killed early. Coco and the crew, like, who cares? Guess I can rate Cardin. Cardin was a villain or a bully. Ultimately, Don stands up to him. He's a racist as well. He's just a bad character. Not bad in terms of like writing. He's just like he's a bully. Is he kind of annoying? Sure. Is he dynamic? Does he have any layers? Is he compelling? No. Probably a D. D for Cardin. Just a generic villain, a generic bully, a boring generic bully. Velvet, I guess I can rank Velvet, right? Velvet is a cute rabbit girl with the Australian accent. She very nice, but beyond that, who cares? Her semblance is interesting, but yeah, she gets a moment to shine in Volume 3 with some cool music. Velvet, probably also a D. Like nothing too interesting about Velvet. I mean, what's the most compelling thing? What's the best character moment? I mean, I'm willing to be. You can convince me if you think she deserves like what's her best character moment, really? She had an epic moment, a real showcase moment of fighting, of her semblance and her weapon, but beyond that, I ask you guys. I have no conviction. Where do you want to rank Velvet? Where to rank Velvet? You'll see once we have all of them on the board, then you start realizing that stuff needs to change. Once you see them next to each other, you realize that wait, I need to make an update there. Let's do the damn let's do the damn the Hammer Lady in Vibe 9. C for Velvet. I may fall, but not like this. Fine. See. Well, I'll let you guys finish the voting. There's still voting going on. Yeah, I agree. Maybe the Hammer Lady isn't actually a character that's worth rating. Probably not. Do I care to rate Velvet and the rest of them? Sure. I don't think they're anything. I think all the Aesops besides, no, Harriet's kind of annoying. Harriet was very annoying in volume 9 and volume 8 when she was trying to like bomb Mantle. Didn't make much sense. It was kind of bad, annoying. Remember, she like told one of them to like. She said something like, "Get out of the way." It was kind of funny. Like you're fast, like you run around the person. What are you talking about? Get out of the way. Yeah, Harriet is a D with Clover. See if I can find that scene real quick. But you're trying to bomb the city. You're trying to follow through with Ironwood's orders. It didn't make much sense, her character motivation. Honestly. Let's see, what episode was that? Was that 13? It was. It was. Gonna bomb Mantle. That did not make much sense how that went down. Bernal? Is Bernal worth ranking? I guess. I'll let you guys decide. Is Bernal worth ranking? Autopilot engaged. I'm sure they're trying to find that get out the way, but it may not be worth it. Let's see. Let's see how long it takes. Is it right there, right? You know, right there. Let's see. Yeah, there it is. There it is. I found it. Here it is.
Get out of the way!
You're fast. You can move them out the way.
Here, please, don't do this.
That's pretty funny. Get out of the way. Okay. What about who else was left? I don't think. So Velvet got C. Okay, cool. Yeah, volume 8 was weird. It was a very, very weird volume. I don't think anyone else here needs to be ranked. I guess you rank Vernal, I guess. Vernal was a what? Where the hell you see Zwei at? Zwei's not a character. He's a damn dog. I don't even see Zwei. Yeah, there he is. Here's the truth about Zwei, folks. He's a cute dog, but he's just a damn dog, okay? He doesn't talk. He had no real character motivations. He's there to be cute. Not an actual character. It was being real. Oh yeah, Cordovan. She sucked. She's probably somewhere in the D's. Somewhere in here. Yeah, somewhere in there. Glinda Good Witch. Sure. Glinda was fine. Got some bad lines in volume 3 when she's doing the exposition about the maiden powers. But that's really just a bad exposition, not so much the character being bad. I put Glinda somewhere in the C. Probably. I kind of want to like Glinda, so let's put her somewhere in the C's. And that is it, I think, folks. No one else deserves to be ranked, I don't think. Unless you want to do, oh yeah, no. This guy was a nothing character. I put him in the D's. Let's see, the other Aesops. Maybe better than the rest of them. I don't know. Harriet is probably better. Not Harriet. I don't remember her name. Elm. Elm is like somewhere in there. I don't know. Cordo. That's a Cordovan. What's her name? Cordo. Cordovan. I don't remember her actual name. I just remember Cordo. It's Cordovan. Caroline Cordovan. I'm not wasn't crazy. Her name is Caroline Cordovan. You made me think I said the name wrong. Cordovan, she is. I put her on here. She's a D. I think that's it, folks. I don't think anyone else is deserving of a ranking. Not for Null. Am I missing somebody? Is this somebody that's on here? Maybe John's sister? I think she's fine. I mean, she's just a standard character. Like, where would John's sister go? Where would John's sister go? If we're ranking her. Her Melibus Malachite, or however you say her name as well. I don't know if John's sister or Miss Malachite deserve to be on there. Well, those would be the two. I can't think of anyone else besides those two. I'll move them to the top of the list. But beyond that, maybe the woman in, if you want to put Rhodes on there, maybe put the woman who was Cinder's stepmom, maybe her as well. Maybe the damn kid from the Volume 9. Maybe the damn caterpillar, but probably not. Yeah, rest of these characters, I don't care. Coming down to nitty gritty, folks. Coming down to it. I don't think any of the other characters are deserving of a spot. I don't know if I care about Neon Cat. I don't think so. I'm moving over here though, but I don't think I care. Or the damn trumpet player. Coco. Team Coffee, I don't care. Not really. I don't care about Team Coffee. They don't have actual character arcs or character stuff to really talk about. Neptune, maybe. No, definitely Neptune. Definitely Neptune. I gotta put on there somewhere. I have to rank Neptune. Oh yeah, the professors, Professor Port and Professor Oobleck. I gotta rank them. Not Zoai, not the gods, not the Hammer Lady. Maybe the brothers. Not Summer Rose. Okay, cool. Let's knock this out. What about Alex? Alex was kind of told. She was told to us. Like we got an exposition, but not an actual character per se. Like John told us about Alex. We got stories about Alex. Maybe the damn mouse. Little. Okay, here we go. We're about the mouse. The mouse from volume 9, little. Probably somewhere near the cat, probably. Probably a B, right? Catapult. Little from volume 9 is what? That character was fine. A lot of volume 9 was good. The problem in volume 9 is that ultimately it didn't matter. That's the biggest problem. D or D. What about Jim? Who the hell is Jim? Oh, Jin. Oh yeah, nah. Those no, I'm not gonna rank Jin. Nah, I'm not gonna rank Jin. B for little? Okay. Professor Port, funny, charismatic, good voice acting. Probably is no worse than Velvet. So I'll probably put Professor Port as a C. Probably the same with Ublik. Neptune, fun character. Nothing to really complain about. No real character moment though. Probably no worse than Velvet. Dawn's sister, I don't really care. I'm leaving her off. Malachite. Fine. Not a real character either. Leaving her off as well. The evil woman that was Cinder's stepmom. This is a generic stand-in woman to be the villain. Not the same as Rhodes. I'm gonna leave her off as well. Those twins kind of sucked for me, honestly. They're probably D's. In fact, I know that they're D's. The king, that was kind of annoying. Again, most of the characters they introduced in Volume 9 were not bad. Raccoon, I don't care. Caterpillar, I don't care. Neon Cat, I don't care. Flint, I don't care. Yeah, I think that's it. I think that is it. CL, please. Celestion, however you say her name, please. This show might have too many characters. Yeah, some of these are just like stand-in, like, you know. But I think that's it, folks. Unless you guys tell me, is there somebody that you truly believe deserves to be ranked? Is there somebody that I'm missing here that truly deserves to be on here? Let me see if I can go to do this. Looking at these characters, is somebody here that should be ranked that I'm not ranking? I don't think so. But tell me, you take a look. The shopkeep, yeah, just kidding, yeah. Ha ha ha. I think that's it. Yeah, all the rest of them are kind of irrelevant. Nothing characters, not worth ranking. Even Vernal, nah. Malachite, one scene. Yeah, have multiple. She had more scenes, but she had one location for the sake of that interaction with Neo. She served her purpose. Yeah, I think so. The Lamp Girl. Vernal. What did she really do besides pretend to be a well, we'll bring Vernal. She pretended to be the maiden. Got killed. Coffee, no. I'm not ranking Team Coffee. I don't care about Coco or no, I'm not ranking them. Maybe Coco. But other two, no. Yakuhashi and Fox, I don't care. I'll rank Coco. Coco can be probably somewhere in the C's. No worse than Velvet. I don't think so. And then probably I'll put Vernal is also a low C or a D. Like, I don't care about Vernal. I'm leaving Vernal off. That's it, folks. Yeah, Vernal did have potential. She did. That is it, folks. Now that we have this, the question is, what needs to change? What can we alter now that we see it? Okay, let's look at this. Right now, there's no S tier. That's fine. Okay. Got May. So our A tier is May, Torchwick, Weiss, Pyrrha, and Watts. Again, it's on a scale. In a good show, this would be C's, but they're A's because of it's on a scale. Like May, like Torchwick, cool Weiss. You know, Weiss has problems. Yeah, we'll do something like that. Something like that. We're good. B, Cats. The characters from Volume 9. John's kind of is higher than I thought he would be. I guess it makes sense. Winter is fine. Whitley's fine. Tyrion, Sun, Ironwood. How about Weiss's mom, Willow? Is she a B? Is she a C? She made some good, has some good lines in there. Clover's a C. I don't know about that one, Chief. Clover was created to be for Crow. He's not a character beyond that, I don't think. Well, he has some conviction. He had his beliefs. Tyrion should be higher than Watts. You think so? You think Tyrion should be an A? You think so? I think Watts is more compelling. He's more compelling for sure, more interesting. Character motivation is more interesting. Surprised you have Crow at C? You probably, well, you think he'd be lower than that? Yeah, I'm surprised I have him at C as well. I'm also surprised. I'm surprised I'm at C as well, to be honest with you. Because Crow, post Volume 3, is frustrating for sure. And he freaking got his, nah, Crow's a D. Crow's a D. Crow's a D. He's a D. He's a D. I vetoed the chat. Crow's a D. And rightfully so. Yeah, Crow's a D. Tyrion is a B, yeah. This is why I like at the end. At the end, we can look where folks are at relative to other people, and you can make adjustments. Crow's a D. Yeah, Ruby's a D as well. Anything else? anything else you want to call out here that I can look at? Not saying I will change it, but is there anything else that you want to call out that I could potentially alter? Yeah, he helped Clover get killed. He's a D. That alone should get him a D. That alone. In fact, he's probably lower than RWBY at this point, honestly. This man screamed and cried after helping Tyrion kill his lover. Or at least the shippers want him to be the lover, right? But he helped Tyrion kill Clover. I mean, that's terrible. Yeah, he's a D. He's a D for sure. You don't blame Crow for knocking Clover out? Now, Crow teaming up with Tyrion to fight Clover was the highest level of stupid. There's no going around it. There's no explaining it. That was dumb. I think I like where we're at, folks. Maybe you could add a lower tier to drop. Maybe add an F tier to drop Cinder, Adam, and Neo. Like, let's say, want to add a tier here below. Add F. Right. I messed up. E, F, right? You add an F, you can drop Adam, Neo, and Cinder. Maybe. Rhodes is still bad, though. I think Rhodes is still bad. Maybe do that. Maybe. Maybe you do this, but ultimately, we got it pretty damn close. I like it. Might as well to make it more, make it look better. Make that be D minus a E with this dope, the bully, generic bully. But once I do that, then you might as well put Professor Lionheart as a C as well. Yeah, I'm liking this. I think this is even better. There's no S tiers on my scale. Sorry, guys. Oh wait, it's off the thing. No S tier. I like it. How do I freaking like? There it is. Okay, there we go. No complaints, right? No, I can't say anyone's an A tier, but if you came earlier in the stream, this is on a scale, right? Weiss and where you see the A will be a C on a good show. The A tier is a C on a good show, right? But I'm doing it on a scale. This is on a RWBY scale. So everywhere you see a ranking, they should be a step lower. But for the sake of the stream, I did a tier ranking. Now, what I could do here is could change it, right? But I could make this a C now, literally, but that's doing too much. It's on a scale. It's on a scale. The RWBY scale. there's no S tier characters. S tier would be a B character on a good show. There's no character that'd be a B on a good show. Maybe May, maybe Watts, maybe Torchwick, but I'm not willing to pull that trigger. I like this ranking, folks. I don't hate it. Are there any last minute objections that I can actually, that you want to call out that will make me think about it? Is there anything that you could say that could make me change something here? I'm curious. Last call. I'll give you like 3 to 5 minutes. I think we are set with this ranking. Nobody else deserves to be ranked. Here's your tier ranking, folks. This is a Vexed viewer stream, because a lot of you guys had a lot of input on this. I deferred to you guys a lot because I didn't have a definitive answer. So this is a Vexed viewer community stream lockdown, okay? This is it. Are we counting crossover? No, we're not counting crossover. No. Drop Willow to C tier. Last call. For those who are in here, should Willow, I'm gonna re-ask this question. What? No, I won't do that. No, I ask it. Where should Willow be? C or B? Go Power Rangers. I don't know why that came out of nowhere. I don't know why Go Power Rangers came out of nowhere just now. I haven't said Go Power Rangers in like 10 years. I don't know where that came from. Go Power Rangers. The most random thing I've ever said. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Last call for Willow. C or B? Answer the poll. B, C, or D for Willow. Wow. They're gonna mess up my rows. Oh well. Fine, I'll do it. She's a C. Fine. Drop Raven. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Not wrong. I have no problem with that. No problem with that whatsoever. I'm making some adjustments, folks, on the fly. On the fly, I'm making some adjustments. See, this extra row has changed some stuff now. Go Power Rangers. There you go. Ren's a B. Is he though? I think I like top of the C for her. I think I like top of C for Ren. All right, guys, that's it. The final list. So Penny's E, but Willow's a C. Penny I broke it down earlier. Penny's very bad. Penny's bad. I broke it down earlier. Hey, I made 3 videos for Penny. Do me a favor. Go watch the 3 videos I did on my channel. That's why Penny is bad. She's bad. She's very bad. I did 3 videos on her on my channel over the years. She's bad. All right, folks, that is it for the stream. Here is my final list. Yang is the worst of Team RWBY. Then Blake. Then Ruby. Then Weiss. Here's a question. Should I shoot Ruby some bail? Should I shoot her some bail? Should I put Ruby Rose from the top of D to low C? Should I shoot her some bail here? This is my final question for the chat. My final question. Is Ruby Rose a high D or low C? Final question for the chat. Should I shoot Ruby Rose some bail? Or should she stay where she's at? Low C and high D are pretty much the same. Just depends on like where you want them to be grouped, right? Now that I think about it, I'm feeling strongly about her D placement, I think. I think visually, that placement works for her. But I can understand why some folks want to say C, low C. Volume 9 did do some stuff. Even though I think it doesn't matter ultimately, because I think they're going to forget about it and it's not going to stick. Volume 9 did do some stuff with Ruby Rose, even though I think it's all filler. I will give her a low C. I'll respect the chat. I'll give her a low C, but it's very close. High D, low C is very the same. It's basically the same, just based on the visual. All right. So this is the final ranking. I'm going to tweet it out now, so I can't change it. The final ranking. How well these characters the final stream ranking for this is how well they were written. Hashtag Ruby Rose. Got that, Ruby. It's out. I should have said that. Oh, I should have said it's on a scale. Maybe later. I'm about to delete this. Delete. This. This was rated on a scale. Or for whatever that's worth. For whatever. Final stream ranking. This is how well they were written. This is great on the scale. Here we go. All right, folks. That is it for the stream. Do me a favor. In the comments. Yeah, I gotta specify. In the comments, let me know what other video you want me to do. Whether it's similar to this, something I should have done before about RWBY, something about something else that I should have done. Anything that I've never done on my channel that I probably should have done, let me know. I will look at the comments, and whatever has the most upticks or upvotes, I'll do that next. Maybe it's something else tier related, I don't know, but let me know in the comments. Thank you for joining me. Do me a favor, like the video, subscribe if you're not subscribed, leave a comment, and I will talk to you guys later. Thanks so much. Like the first, thanks guys. Keep liking it, leave a comment, let me know what you want to see next. And I'll be streaming more often on this channel because I have the setup and everything going with OBS and all that crap. Later guys, thank you for the stream. Thanks for being in the chat. Talk to you guys later.